Give it some time. Let some people get in the room while I'm chilling, watching this NFL Total Access on NFL Network. While I'm getting it together, should be a good, decent night tonight. I'll see how far I go tonight. And we're putting in a lot of 5 and 6 hour shows, folks. So I'm gonna wait. Comes in the room, and while that's happening, watch a little NFL on Total Access. This love affair at the national media, this Cowboy comeback, the Raiders who look so much better. I mean, good for their fan base out in Northern California. Uh, it's going to be a fascinating week. You got New Oakland at New England this week up in Foxborough. The Buffalo's going again back. I mean, excuse me, the Rams going again back cross country for the showdown with the Bills this weekend. Dallas, Seattle. Dallas is going all the way up to the Pacific Northwest. And of course, KC and Baltimore Monday night. Saints, they're in, Saints are home for the Packers this week. It should be fascinating. Looking forward to that one. May not see that one depending on my schedule Monday morning. If I have to work at 26, I'm going to have to skip it. You know what I'm saying? I have to skip it. Cam Newton, Ezekiel Elliott, Josh Allen, and Russell Wilson, the 4 best players in week 2. That's going to be interesting. Arians not surprised of Gronk's lack of production. That's what Bruce feels. Argue with Bruce Arians about that. Should be fascinating. I'm gonna take a look at take a week of week 3's games as I do. I'm gonna take a look at it right now. Let's see. Miami and Jacksonville skipped that one. Okay. Pittsburgh and Texans. This is it for certain teams this week. Texans is one of them. The Eagles could be another, but I think it's over for the Eagles. Giants are done. Minnesota, they lose at home to Tennessee. I tell you, Tennessee walk in there and spank up there. It is over for Minnesota because Green Bay and the Bears have really taken off in that division. And down a 3-0 hole. It's not good, especially with Aaron Rodgers and the Bears' defense against you, Minnesota. Detroit's always been an afterthought. Washington and Cleveland, no one cares. There you go, baby. 2-0 versus 2-0. Buffalo and the Rams against each other. Bills Rams up in Orchard Park. That will definitely be a fascinating game up in Buffalo on Sunday. I tell you, Buffalo wins that game, folks. They could be really setting themselves up for a showdown against the Chiefs in a couple of weeks, bro. Panthers and Chargers now that the kid's not starting on Sunday. Justin Herbert, no one cares. Jets, Colts. Colts shouldn't be 10.5 point favorites against anybody. Buccaneers, Broncos. Broncos are all smashed up. Buccaneers should win that one. Cardinals should win easy against the Lions. Lions, season never started once they part the schedule. Packers and Saints is your late game Sunday night. And right now, I don't know. Breeze looks pretty old to me. Rodgers is on fire, shutting up his doubters and making his help look like help. And then you got the Cowboys and the Seahawks. I tell you, that's a game that I'm looking forward to. Forward to on Sunday. Tack man, get up here, bro. The link is in there, bro. But I'll send you the link. Get in here, bro. We'll talk it up a little bit while guys come in later on, man. Get my man Tack man up here. Yo, you're right, bro. Shit, since there's nobody here, bro. DJ, here we go. Sorry about that, bro. I was reading the schedule for Sunday's games. Yo, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Maze? Thanks for the invite for the earlier panel show.
Yeah, it's not a problem, man. Yeah, we can do this shit now. What I was gonna talk to you about since no one's here, bro.
Yeah.
Let
hmm
me ask. What's your expertise? The stock market or what you do for a living?
Well, currently, I lost my job at the in the middle of the March, so you know, currently I'm
I'm
collecting.
sorry to hear
Well,
that, bro.
no,
Um,
it's part of life, and I'm not gonna complain. But fortunate for me in this past 5 years, and there's not many things that I wanted. Like I'm not a materialistic person to begin with, so
there you
I
go.
just I just I don't like disposing my income, so I just let it save a pretty good amount. So once I lost my job, that's when I started taking the stocks more seriously. So sorry, I'm still learning. I'm still on my rookie mode, but it's fun. It's just once you discourage your emotion, I think that's when you know stock is how should I put it? Like
It's like
I
playing
think
Monopoly, but with real money.
yeah, like I said, you just have to basically discourage your emotion. You just gotta you can feel like okay, you lost 1,000. It's not the end of the world because like right now I lost 1,000, but it's slowly going back up. It's part of the reason. I think a lot of people expecting once you jump in the stock, you're expecting to get 40 to 50% gain. Everything's gonna go skyrocketed. It doesn't work that way because if that's the case, that what else is going up? The bills, everything else, expenses, everything gonna go up. So it's a balance in stock marketing. So that's why there's an ups and down, and just to keep the balance.
Well, I think what people miss the boat is that food and essentials have skyrocketed. Clothes, not really, because I feel, and I think you agree with this, we need the essentials to survive more than the food. Food will come, but uh, excuse me, we need the clothes will come. But we need the essentials like food, toiletries, things to keep our house sanitized from the virus. That's more important than a pair of sneakers. But we live in this country and everything is overpriced, in my opinion. You agree with that?
Absolutely, everything's overpriced, and if you find out how much they invested just to build those, you will be upset. That's how I feel about the sneakers. I do buy sneakers just to sell it, like right now because of the pandemic. There's some shoes will go even 70% off. You just buy it and don't sell it until everything slowly goes back up, and you just sell it for more than what you pay for.
Yeah,
Because
logic.
You'll be surprised. People actually buy sneakers. But and one thing I'm not surprised about video games because I'm a gamer, so I have a lot of collection of retro, and I finally started posting up on OfferUp and eBay, and I was surprised that some people drove all a few hours just to get reach to where I'm staying just to buy the game. I was amazed.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. Vision's coming up here. Yeah, I can see that, bro. No doubt about it. I just feel that the way the market is right now, that if I'm going to invest in some stock, you can get it very good price right now.
Oh, absolutely. There's a stock that I was investing in, MBR stocks. I bought it
Hmm.
when it was $18, and back in middle of the June, it went up to $85 flat, and then now it's down to $26. But what I did, I hold on to it and I bought more because I know eventually it's gonna go back to 50 range at least.
Yeah, and I think I said this earlier today, but I'll elaborate on it more now since it's me and you in the room and Visions here. Um, I really believe most African Americans are scared to invest. You agree with that? Black people in general. You know, the only ones I see doing it is the 92 octane women. Other than that, I don't see a lot of everybody else doing it. You agree with
No,
that?
absolutely, because I'm half African American, and I see from my family from the other side, and I actually see it. There are doesn't even want to put even $100. Back in March when I told him, look, the Neo stock is $2.30. I say I recommend you buy it. He's like, no, I'm not gonna put money just to lose. I said, you don't know, but I'm just going from the information. I said this might go blow up, so I bought it over 100 shares for $2.30. Now it's almost $20. And
Yeah, the banks here in New York, there's one particular called Chase, and they scare everybody off and turn people off from investing because they start at $20,000 to invest, and people don't have $20,000 just to give to an investment banker to invest for them. And I think that's very stupid, I might add. While right down the block from that bank is TD Waterhouse, and you could just put $5 and invest in something.
hmm,
Hey,
true.
gentlemen, can I add to that?
Go ahead. Good
Back in the
evening, by the
day, I
way.
remember. I remember. I don't know. Hello, sorry. How you gentlemen
Yeah, go
doing?
ahead. Take your
Back in
time.
the day, I
Nobody's here,
remember.
bro.
I forget his name. I know. Back in the day, there was a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I remember. I think I read that book twice. And
Oh, you
then
mean the
Cash Flow
Yamaguchi book?
Quadrant. Yeah, yeah. I forget his name, but I have his name somewhere. He wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? And then he was explaining about his rich dad and his poor dad, and how his real father was educated. Like he had all the credentials, he had everything, all the education, and of course student loan debt and all that good stuff that comes when you get a high degree of education in the West. But when it came to actual understanding financing,
Yeah.
he did not know anything. But then he used to work at a restaurant, right? And it was a restaurant owner. I don't remember if that restaurant owner went to school, but he knew business, right? And so what he
Yeah.
learned was like the system, the educational system. Really, what it teaches us. I remember going to high school. I had no
Yeah.
incentive to take how to invest, stock market courses, or all the important things that you need in life, right? Like I wasn't
Yeah.
interested in taking law. I wasn't interested in taking anything that how to vote, all this good stuff, right? So
Yeah.
so so basically, yeah, I think the reason black people in general and most people on the planet is they don't learn these things from their immediate family if the father is in the house, first of all, right? Like the man isn't there to teach you how to invest and how to make right decisions. And sometimes even if you have an educated father, he doesn't understand the system really, and it sucks because when I look back at it, I had the same thing. I had a father who's a professor and all that good stuff, but man, when it came to understanding the financial systems like stock market and all that stuff that can actually help you in life,
Yeah.
knew nothing, absolutely nothing. So how do you a blind leading the blind? So you got to go somewhere else again. Like that guy Kolkowski, he had a business savvy teacher who happened to own a restaurant. So that's how he got to learn how to play with money and invest money and figure things out and become rich or wealthy.
Makes a lot of sense. What do you think, Tachman?
Yeah, I do agree with him.
Okay. I just think I just feel when you are playing the market, it's very exhilarating, especially if you don't mind losing money.
Absolutely.
But if it's a boom for you, shit, man. I mean, I mean, right? When you hit on something, you said it went from $2.39 to now $20 a share, bro.
Yes, $18.50. It was $20. Now it's down, but it's gonna keep going up.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
yeah,
Smart
and
move
Hey,
by you, bro.
can I ask you gentlemen a question quickly? I'm not too savvy on investing.
Yes, sir.
What's that book? Have you guys ever heard of? There's a book that Warren Buffett talks about. I think it's The Rich Investor or something like that. You guys ever heard of that? Because I've been struggling to find that book
I heard
for a
about
while
them.
now.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
heard it,
Right?
but I
Tachman.
never read it. But I never, yeah, I heard of it. I never read it personally, but I read this book called "The 100 Best Investments for Your Retirement" by J.W. Dix and Charles Smith Jr.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me write
And
that down. Give me a moment.
sure.
Give me a second here. I don't have a pen on me. Might as well check it out. Go ahead. I'll be back. I gotta find a pen. Never a pen around when you need one. I still use pens. Can you believe that?
I still do too. Got one right in front of me.
I do too. I'm old fashioned. I'm
Yeah,
old
me
fashioned,
too.
man. Always use pen.
I'm not really into teleprompting, but when I say hello and talk to people in the chat room, I have no other choice. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's fascinating that we live in a world where you can easily make money for you for the rest of your life, and people are scared to do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm back.
it's a comfort zone.
I'm back. I'm back. What was the name of the book? I'm sorry. The
Okay,
100.
are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, the hundred best investment for your retirement by J.W. Dix and Charles Smith Jr.
Okay. Thank you. And the 100 best investment for your retirement. Uh,
Yes.
yep. Got it. For your
If you
retirement. Yep.
invest, if you
Yeah. Go ahead.
invest right now, Vision, by the time you're 47, you'll be a very rich man.
Oh, I see that book right there. Yeah, I gotta get my money right, which is gonna be a while, but I will. I do plan of figuring things out. But remember, we talked about this the other day when we were when we were talking about sports gambling, right?
Yeah,
Stock market and sports gambling. There's a rule, right?
yes, there is.
Never. I remember when casino. I don't know where I got it from. People, we have a casino not too far from us in Niagara Falls here.
Yes,
I'm basically the rule was never invest or bet money you can't afford to lose. Basically, is really
exactly.
the
That's how
rule,
you do it,
right?
bro.
Yeah,
I was
if you
telling
got,
the
yeah.
I was telling the story this morning. You wasn't here, and I was telling the story to Dusty Tackman and uh, Sean Jefferson. And I was saying the story was when you have a few dollars left over, keep your eyes and ears open because someone may drop a gem in Vision. You know what happened? Unmic yourself.
Yeah,
Vision.
I'm listening.
Oh, you're gonna love this story. And Tackman was in the room. He can attest to this. I told the guys that Thai City back in June in his room said that uh, him and Zero that J.C. Penney and Kmart was going to be bought by um, Jeff Bezos.
Oh yes, I do remember that now. Yes, continue.
An hour later,
Yeah.
who came into the room, Tackman, and broke this? Oh, Golden Eagle came in the room an hour later and said, "You know what? Where it is, both J.C. Penney and Kmart's going to be sold today." And
Today.
yeah, and Sal's HQ came in and said, "Oh, Jeff Bezos," and that's exactly who bought it, Jeff Bezos.
And if I remember correctly, it was like 99 cents or whatever a share. Like it was like bottom. Like I see, again, I dropped the ball there. I just didn't have money to invest, but I do remember that. I do remember that.
1,200 shares for $100. Can you believe that, Tac Man? Good evening, Ites.
What's up, man?
Man, I can
How you
believe.
doing, bro? We'll be doing sports soon.
Uh,
Just rock the panel with us, bro. Rock it with me, bro. Miss
Y'all
you
talking
today.
about
I saw.
stocks?
One second, guys. Somebody's calling me.
Yeah, go ahead. Go on mute. Yeah, go ahead, Ites.
so
No, I'm asking y'all talking about stocks. What's
Yeah.
a good stock?
Yeah, this man up here, DJ Child Support, he got tips all over the place. And well, I was telling the story about this morning. I was telling these guys in here that someone dropped a jewel, and he said that J.C. Penney's and Walmart not Walmart, Kmart was going to be sold, and Jeff Bezos was going to buy both of them and merge with Amazon. That's exactly what happened today.
Damn.
And
yeah,
I said that I put my money down, $100. I got 1,200 shares, and I get the feeling I'm gonna cash in on that in about 2 years. So
yeah.
So how much is it now?
I'll find out later. I'll look at Bloomberg later. But
So who should I be looking into? Because I'm kind of new to the whole trade and shit. So
the
who
man
should
who's
I?
up here right now, talk to him. Go ahead, Tac Man. Tell him some how much he willing to spend per stock.
For the beginner, well, it's first it depends on how much you want to spend. Like
Exactly.
what is your limit of your disposable income? That is the key.
All right,
So
let's say
if you
I
don't have
got
any,
$500.
There you go. That's a good price, bro. Go ahead. Tell him what he can get. Tac Man. Tell him what he can spread around worth his dollar, not the 500, but worth his dollar.
worth his dollar right now, definitely medical right now. The biotech stocks, the medical stock is really the definitely a great start because
Pharmaceuticals.
the pandemic, pharmaceutical. I would say my recommendation is BBI vaccine stock.
Mm-hmm.
You said
That's about $3.
BBI.
Yeah, V and VI vaccine stock.
You said VI.
No, V and V and I.
Okay, BBI. Okay.
BVI, yeah,
Yeah,
$3 a share. That's
yeah,
young
it's a
man.
$3 share.
Young
Yeah.
man. That's what you work with, stuff like that, bro. Because you can get let's say you can get 50 shares for 150. Continue, Tac Man. Tell.
Yeah.
And I have another stock. I would if you talking about hold long time hold within the next 2 years, I would recommend you to buy AG Aerial, which is $2.36 to be exact, if I'm correct.
AG area.
Boy,
Yeah,
they
you
big time sucked that up today, bro. You had that nigga. Yo, Tac. You gave that boy a fucking orgasm in that chat room, gave him all these stock tips, bro.
Area. Because I got stocks. I got to go back and look at my because I'm doing it on I think I'm doing it on Robinhood. But I look at them through something called Webull. That's how I used to kind of, you know what I'm saying? I used to kind of try to analyze it, but I just haven't caught on to it yet. So what I do, I have like my own little method. Like I backwards do it, but anyone who has like any tips, I'm always listening. So you said AG Aerial. So it's AGAREO.
Yeah, AG in space and Aerial.
Okay, and BBI.
Yeah,
I
BBI
test.
vaccine.
You know
but
what?
definitely-
Can I say this? You brothers don't cease to ever amaze me, bro. I would never thought that you were into stock. Bless you, Vision. I never
Nigga,
thought
I'm
you'd be
into
into
money.
stock, bro.
Nigga, I'm in the money, bro.
There you
Guys,
go.
let me, Mace, I'm having some internet issues, so I'm probably gonna drop off. I don't know why, but
I'm here to at least 11 o'clock, bro. Take your time.
I'm gonna just
Fix
leave
your
off on this
issues.
because this is not my it's not my area of expertise. But regarding
We're doing
Zero,
the Lakers tonight. Don't worry, they're playing. We're doing that.
yeah, I'll be watching that. Regarding
Big time, get up here, boy.
regarding Thai City and Zero, they were
Yeah.
on also the Black Brain Trust, because they were the first talking about all this. Keep an eye on. I don't know much about it, but keep an eye on cryptocurrency on blockchain, right?
Oh,
Like
I'm
they were
gonna
talking
try and
about.
get Ty City up here for that. By the way, seriously,
They,
I'm
they
gonna
were
reach out
they,
to him, get him up here.
they were talking about Ethereum. They were talking about all this XRP and all that good stuff. And yeah, keep an eye on that. I just can't speak on it because I don't know much.
Yeah, we talked
but,
about it this morning, the digital
yeah.
dollar. We're gonna keep that up.
Okay.
But, we're gonna do sports night. So come back, get your
Okay.
issues fixed. We'll have the Lakers for you, okay? I love you, bro. Yeah,
Fellas,
getting back to
peace.
this, man. Yeah, I love you, bro. Getting back to what I was saying, as big time's about to come up. I test you right, nigga. It's about money, bro. I told the guys that this morning. We had a man's man chat room this morning, bro. We didn't do sports. We just talked about brothers big timing, making money, playmaking. We was talking about that this morning, bro. And you're right, nigga. It's about making cash. And what I said this morning would shock these guys because they didn't think I was into this. I'm gonna let you rock in a second. Make your money work for you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, kid.
Bro, I'm into all that shit, man. Like I got my own little online shit. You know what I'm saying? Going like I'm an upstart, but at the same time, like I'm hands on. So I do everything on my own. I use little bread that I used to stack up at these little jobs because I could never work, fool. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like they don't understand people like me. So and I, bro, I used to get stomach ache going to work, fool, because I knew I couldn't do it forever. Like I'm second generation. My people Haitian, fool. So
I hear you, bro.
I always put, you know what I'm saying? I always put in my head for I need bread. So as a young kid, nigga, I was that kid going lawn to lawn, cutting lawns. You feel me? Stacking my little bread, hardly asking my people. You know what I'm saying? So my people, they already knew what time it was with me. They were like, "Yo, he good." Like they dropped me off anywhere. Like nigga, I was out of my house. At 18, bro, I was in California making bread. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
I always been on that,
bro.
As far as the stock goes, like, I used to read that. You know what I'm saying? I used to read the fucking NASDAQ and shit. Never understood it, but I used to just try. You know, hood mentality. You gonna pick up on shit. So I used to just pick up on like, first you got to pick up on the lingo. So I was picking up on, okay, what a share was. What a unit was, you know what I'm saying? Just picking up on picking up on the basics. And then as the years went by, and then when Robinhood came, that's when I really was like, oh, okay. So I've always had a mind for that shit, and I've always been into flipping bread. That's why I like. But one thing, like I told you yesterday, like I could pick games, I just don't know how to do the spread because I'm not a gambler.
I know that, bro. You could pick the winners.
I could pick a winner, bro, but I was never into gambling. Like all my homies gamble, I never got into gambling, so that's why I'm like kind of thought. But I remember I did a fantasy shit and I killed them boys on that. Like that shit I'll do. Yeah, but when it's like gambling, point spread, I don't know it, bro. But stocks, all that shit, I'm into all that. Like I be trying to find out how to get government contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like I be trying to find out how to get like what I specialize in is business credit.
There you go. I know what you're saying, brother.
Okay, so like this white boy put me up on that. So when I peeped how to work it, that's when I was like, all right, even if I don't have a definite plan for my company right now, the best thing to do is just to start it and have it gain an age, because that's what's most important in a lot of companies is the age of your company.
Yeah, my nephew just started his business. He got his licensing. He got his trademark. You know, he got his LLC up now. And the next thing he's gonna do is put his company on the market, bro.
All right, let me ask you why he picked the LLC and not a C corp. Because I always get into these discussions with business owners.
He listened to one of his boys and he got a nice deal. Instead of charging him like $750, instead of charging him like $1250, they charged him $750. So they taking care of him now, because just in case he said if they give him if someone tries to sue him, that he'll be covered and he'll have big time lawyers taking care of him.
So that's he's with a firm. A firm started his company for him.
Yeah.
See, I'm more like I did it myself. Like I learned how to incorporate myself. I learned how to get my company emails myself. I got my brick and mortar myself.
No.
So
He did it himself, but they're going to protect him. And I think that's important for any young businessman like yourself. That's
so
very important, bro. Go to
so
your
what he
I'll
yeah,
give
that's
you
what I'm about to
advice.
ask.
Go to your guy who does your taxes.
I just got that guy, bro, like
Yeah,
last
he'll
year. So
get a good relationship with him, young man, and he'll hook you up with that shit. Or go to whoever handles your money at your bank, bro, and they'll hook you up with that. Seriously.
got no, I'm a fuck with it, but
No,
it's
I'm
just
just
this
giving
coat
you what
this.
my nephew told me, bro. That's all I'm telling you, bro.
But y'all in New York, bro. Down here, it's different. Like I've been to the banks. I've been to like Score, those young
Yeah,
entrepreneurs. I've been
yeah,
to the meetings, bro. And then the last thing I was doing, like right before COVID hit, they had like a thing where when you finish with the program, it's like a 4-week course.
yeah.
They'll give you a license to do business in their county. So that shit was going, and then COVID cut that shit short.
Yeah, man. COVID
So
fucked me up in a way, so I feel
it,
you,
it,
yo.
Yo, like I've been around the block. It's just not. I never had nobody to kind of like. I've looked for mentorship and shit like that, but nobody ever kind of give me what I need because everything they be trying to tell me, I've already done it. Like I have business credit. Like I have a good Dun and Bradstreet number. You feel me?
Well,
I got a Sam's number, nigga. I got a government contract number. I just don't know what the fuck to do with
well,
it.
you're blessed tonight because you got two guys in this room, and I'm not counting myself. Okay, that the man I'm about to bring in and introduce right now, motherfucker. You even think I caught my eye on you this morning, big time? You was
I don't.
soaking up. You was soaking up Tackman's fucking stock tips, bro.
You got to. You got to, man. I mean,
There you
think.
go.
I
Listen
think
to these two.
if you're in here and you're trying to learn, I mean, no one knows it all. So yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to try to learn as much as I can. It's all about the money, right?
There you go. Right, I test all about the Benjamins, right?
That's it, bro. Do you know about Genius stock?
You
GNUS?
got yo, Tackman, answer this. This is your expertise, bro. He wants to know if you know about Genius stock.
Yeah, I know about Genius stock. I think it's about dollar something right now. I think for one time it went over like $2.30.
Yeah, it bust one time like early 2 months ago for like a day,
Boy, this
and
is
then
great stuff. This is great stuff.
right after that, that shit died and it never recovered. So I just bought shit that I knew. Like I bought Dave and Buster's. I bought like an airline that was down at the time. So cause I feel them shit's finna come back once the economy come
Oh,
back.
hell
They
yeah.
price,
Right.
Gonna
you know
come
what I'm saying?
back. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm looking
Okay,
for those long terms, you know what I'm saying? Something I could put my shit in now, and then like he said, 2 years from now it busts, and I'm like, okay, because right now with this whole COVID, everybody slowed down. This is when you're supposed to be like, you know what I'm
Yeah, this
saying?
is when you strike.
You're supposed to be getting your nuts together, fool, getting your nuts in order, guys. So I just don't want to miss out, bro. Go ahead, my bad.
Oh, I'm letting you roll, bro.
Yeah, speaking of that, I do have a huge. Speaking as far as the long term, there's another stock. It's very cheap, and it's under dollar. It's called Iconics Group.
I think I got that shit.
Okay,
I'm loving this shit. Let it roll,
I
baby.
got that.
Big time. What you got? What type of stock you invested in, bro?
Yeah, I got it for long term. You're right. I had looked that up.
okay. And there's another one called Genesis Health. That's about 68 cents right now, but eventually
Really, 58 cents?
the one
Genesis Health?
it's a 68 cents. Genesis Health.
Okay, look that up.
Yeah, I want to do that shit tomorrow, bro. Genesis Health.
And,
I'll buy 100 shares at that because that's like what, $5.80 for 100 shares of Genesis Health.
Yep, Genesis Health and Iconics Group.
Iconic.
Okay.
How much is that?
Iconics is like $1.12.
I gotta do this shit tomorrow morning, man. Fuck that, man. Genesis Health, 58 cents, 58 cents a share. But about you, big time? You gonna invest in this tomorrow morning?
I'll check it out. I'm sure they're good. It's just with penny stocks, they're very unreliable at times. So you're going to be putting a lot of money into something that you're hoping for, but it doesn't mean that
Five
they're not
dollars
going
and
to
eighty
fall out.
cents, yo. For $10, you can get two. You can get two.
Yeah,
$10, you can get fucking 250 shares or more.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. I mean, I'm just saying that penny stocks come and they go. So if you're looking for something like growth stocks, well, yeah, I mean, you're looking for something that's going to boost up and giving you some money. I mean, the only other way to make your money besides penny stocks are you're looking at, buying puts and options and calls and stuff like that, and that's where you're going to make the rest of your funds.
Was you in the
That's what I'm
room
about to
this
ask
morning?
you about.
Was
I'm
you in
about
the
to ask
room
you
this
about
morning?
options.
Was you in the room this morning, big time, in the chat room when I told guys about J.C. Penney's and Kmart, and then an
Yeah,
hour later it came through?
yeah, I heard about that. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, risk, bro. See, I like to gamble,
Mm.
and to me, because I live here in New York City, the
Yeah,
best
yeah, I know.
gambling in the world, as crazy as it may sound, sports is number two, stock market is number one, bro.
Mm.
Especially if you
Yeah,
have money to spare.
I do get a rush when I see I put like $200 and it came back 5. I'm like, okay, get it out. And she's like, no, leave it.
How
Duh,
much
because
of a
that
thrill is that for you?
that's see, like I told you, I don't gamble, but I don't consider stocks gambling. It's
Oh,
kind of
I
like
do.
forecasting. You know what I'm saying? You kind of predicting, okay, we're in Christmas season, so what companies are about to flourish? Like I want to act big time. Like I learned kind of about options from my from this guy I knew. Like he was trying to get me to buy this stock, and I mean not buy the stock, you like get on this option with him, and I didn't, and then every day that shit went up and up and up and up, and ever since then, I kind of like I said, I figure out the terminology first, like calls and puts, but I still can't grasp, like I don't grasp it, like I understand shares and stuff, I don't grasp how options work. If you could
So
like explain it to me in a layman's term, like it's as simple as possible.
yeah, so I'm kind of with you, man. I mean, my brother taught me a little bit, and I've been watching a lot of YouTubers. One guy in particular you want to check out is Chris Zane. He's pretty good, and he's right now he's teaching like call puts and then options and calls and stuff like that. Another guy that you need to look at is Brad Finn. He's pretty good too. He's really good at just explaining stuff. JJ Buckner is really good as well. All those guys, and then just honestly, man, it just is doing your due diligence and just looking at all the stuff and taking your time and going over everything, because you just don't want to rush into anything. There's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with going with penny stocks, putting some funds into that, but if you're really looking long term, you're looking at businesses that have been around for quite some time, that have showed value and continuously grow. I.e., I'll give you 3 of them right now. You're looking at Microsoft, you're looking at Apple, and then you're looking at some others out there. Like, well, I'll give you one that we're talking about pharmaceuticals. You're looking at Pfizer. Just because of what's going on with COVID, they're looking for that. They're
Eagle,
looking
good
for
up
that.
here, bro.
So they're looking for
Evening,
that
buddy.
vaccine. They're cheap right now,
Big
and they
time.
went up maybe 5%, but that's a pretty good one as well.
Yo, by the way, iTest,
Yo,
ask Tac Man. He's the stocks guy, bro.
okay. Yeah,
Ask him the
bro.
question you want to ask him, bro. That's why he's here tonight.
Oh, he's here right now.
Yeah, he's right on top of you. His
Yeah,
avatar's right on top of you, bro.
yeah. I ain't looking at the phone. I'm
I know,
doing some.
brother. Don't worry about it, but ask him more about the stock
Yeah,
market,
right.
bro.
Okay, all right. So, all right, I hear what he's saying. Like, I heard what big time, because that's why I invested like in airlines. Like, I think I invested when shit was down low. I invested in American Airlines, United, David Buster's. I think what Dawg said, a company called ICBM, something like that.
Yeah.
Genius. Just what I'm saying. I kind of like went all around, like, kind of just seeing, okay, what a bust now, what a bust later, but mostly for later. So I'm a look at the ones you told me, but it's the option because that guy told me that he made so much money off that one option that he told me to buy.
Yeah.
And because I hesitated because I didn't understand it, that's why I think I missed out on it. So I think if I had like someone explain it to me, okay, this is what it is, this is how you maneuver.
Okay.
Like, just explain it to me. Like, just give me an example. This is an option. This is a call. This is a put. This is what it means. This is what you're supposed to do if this does that.
Before
Like,
I let Tackman, before I let Tackman answer that, Golden Eagle in the chat says, dividend stocks that have consistent profits, invest in those also. You agree with that, big time?
Yes, sir.
There you go. All right. Okay, Tackman, answer the young man's questions, bro. Go ahead, talk to him, iTest. Tell him what you want to know.
Yeah, just overview of what an option is. How does it work exactly, and what are you supposed to do to make money in it?
I would like to answer, but I'm still learning the options and swing myself too. Like right now, I'm basically letting hold it or watch where the market goes. Like what's the site go? I go Market Watch and try to the research, get to know more about the company before I jump in. But as far as options, swings, and day trade, that's beyond me. I'm still learning. So I would like to hear. I'm trying to learn just like you. So I'm trying to learn from big time and other guy with knowledge.
The day trade, I heard, is really more about the chart. Like if you could like watch the cones or whatever those little spikes are, if you could kind of predict
The up and the down, triangles.
Yeah.
Red is down, green is up.
This girl tried to show me how to like predict it. Like she said, when like if you're looking at it when they're about to change, something happens at the line at the bottom that goes straight across. Like right before they're about to go up or down, you'll see like a change in those lines. Like they get real fat. I mean, like it'll be like a small bar with a long line, because they do it with the lines sticking up and out of them. I don't know if that makes sense what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Basically, go ahead, Eagle, or Big Time. Whoever wants to take it, take it. Eagle, get up here. You can help these guys too. Get help this young man too, bro. Go ahead, Big Time, if you can handle that. Big Time's not with us. Tackman, go ahead, bro. Help him with it.
There go my phone.
About the what's the question again?
The charts, like what chart do you use? Because a lot of the graph. Because a lot of people, they like to use the ones with the lines, with the with the lines sticking out of them. I forgot what they call them. This girl was telling me how she predicts how they're gonna sway up and down by, like right before it changes, like the line will be really short right before it's about to go negative, and before it goes positive, like you'll see it, that little lines get really long, and then it'll go green, whatever. And that's how she says she predicts it with her, like when she's doing day trade, when she knows when to buy and when to sell.
Well, she must be expert because she knows way more than I am.
Yo, you know what I gotta do? You know what I gotta do? I know Anthony, what you call it. I'm gonna get him here and talk stocks and bonds. I'll invite him in here for you guys. I'm gonna get Thai City. I'm gonna work my hardest to get him. But you know what I really gotta find for you guys, and you guys will come? I gotta find a money honey to explain all this shit to you guys, man. I'm serious.
No,
and I know we have them. I know we have them on YouTube. I will find a money honey.
You dead on, bro. I could listen to girls. I could listen to girls explain shit all day.
There you go. That's my point. Yeah, I'm gonna get a money honey up here and explain it to you guys, man. Word.
Oh, speaking of the question that you want to know, there's a YouTuber. His name Wall Street Trapper. I don't know. You heard of him? Oh, you
I
definitely
think
need
he
to check
wants
the
the
brother
money,
out.
honey, bro. I think he wants the money, honey.
Nah, ain't I'm a seeker of
I'll
knowledge,
get
bro.
your money, honey, bro. I'll get your money, honey. I'm serious.
Wherever
I'll
it
get
come
your money,
from,
honey.
bro. I don't care who it come from, bro. Whoever could get it to me, I'll take it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely. Like you want to look for good insight with a good sense of humor. Wall Street Trapper. I just found him on Instagram, and so I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. So this guy has been really giving me a really good insights
Yeah, man. Because, like I
because
said, but
because I opened up my Robinhoods in almost 2 years ago, but I didn't really take it serious because I was working at the time. So I just do it for experiment purpose. I wish I should have just at that time. I wish I should have put the money on Tesla when it was $500. That was one of my biggest regrets.
how many shares did you buy in that? May I ask?
No, I didn't bought it, but that was one of my regret. But luckily, I bought the Zoom when it was 210. Now it's about to
Damn,
go 500.
damn, you bank.
Wow.
Yeah, oh man. Even though I only bought 4 Zoom, but I made a profit, so I'm extremely happy about it. And that's
Bro,
almost reaching
pandemic,
500. I
it's
just
been
let it sit in there. It's better. It's better than it's like C. I don't know. You heard of the company called C Limited?
Yeah, I heard of them. Yeah.
Have you? Okay, yeah, yeah. So the name actually fooled me, but it was more had to do with online gaming company. So I don't know. You guys see the percentage of the gaming for the past few years, including this year. It's ridiculous. It was 612% gain. That's one of the biggest gains since 2017.
I
mm.
could have predicted that.
Yeah, I picked
Yeah.
up a
Yeah, who
gaming
could have?
thing too. Picked up one of those gaming.
So imagine when the PS5 come out, the new Xbox come out, and
Yeah.
that stock might gonna go up. Right now, it's a slow pace, but imagine the new gaming, the new system, new online competition. That stock gonna
How
go
much how
skyrocketing.
much is it now?
It's
How much
150.
is it?
It doubled up a month and a half. It's 150 flat. It doubled up like a month and a half ago. It was $75, and now it's
Down. Yeah,
no,
double.
no, yeah, 75. Yeah, it was huge gain because the pandemic, everybody staying home and just playing.
Yeah.
You gotta do something to keep yourself entertaining. And it's the same thing as a Peloton stock. It's the I think it's a workout equipment company, I
Yeah.
believe. So yeah, so it's going up. And there's another one. It's an online health company. Yeah, that was over 200 right now. I forgot the name of it. I don't have my phone with me, so I mean, I'll drop the name when I find it.
Big time. You know anything about this?
Yeah, I mean, Pelicans. The reason why Pelican went up is because, of course, with the COVID, everybody started working out. You couldn't go to the gym, so they started buying all the products, which was smart. I mean, I
I'll
didn't
get it
get in
for you,
on it,
either.
but I wish I did. Um,
Yeah.
you gotta
That's
figure a few things, especially with COVID. Soon, somewhere along there, if COVID didn't happen, you were gonna see a dip, and I think COVID helped that and kind of smoothed it out a little bit. And you've seen a dip, within I think around June or something like that, or July. And you hear all these analysts sit there and say that, oh, it's going to happen again. But I've read that I've never seen a double dip in 1 year. Usually it's about 5 or 10 years, nothing like the same year. So you have these analysts sitting there yelling and screaming about all this crap. And the fact of the matter is that they want to be right to sit there to tell you that they are right. And then you follow them. It's all about the money. So you just got to watch out for that. With me, when I started, and this past year, the one thing that I did wrong in watching JJ Buckner is one of the guys, he sat there and said, which is true. When I got in, I was like a kid in a candy store, man. I was just buying up things here and there, using some
that's
funds.
me.
But the thing was that I just revamped myself, thinking, what am I going to do with just one share of stock doing this or that? Even with great companies that have already developed themselves into something. I'm not going to do anything with one share. So I revamped myself. I went ahead and sold most of the stuff that I had. I kept a few shares, a few things here and there. One thing is Ford. I like Ford, man. I think they're revamping themselves, and I think they're going to go get back up there within a couple years. But my point is that most of these, when you're trying to establish yourself, start off small, and that's where I ended up going wrong. So I'm revamping, buying Microsoft, Apple. I bought a couple shares of Tesla at the wrong time, but with when they split, I kind of ended up doing pretty good there, but still. So I'm trying to focus on bigger companies, and then looking with Webull, like you were just speaking of, because you were talking about Robinhood. I had got myself into a Webull account, and most of those are just growth stocks. So everything to do with, you're talking about your penny stocks to just anything that I can look at, like from like IPOs that are coming out. Those are the other things. Like the one thing I was talking with DJ was if he had seen anything about Snowflake. Well, Snowflake was kind of funny because they had a huge thing on Snowflake running at about 128, starting off with an IPO and introducing it to everybody. Next thing you know, the stock's up 245. It's so crazy. It was so crazy to see that, and it went up all the way to like 319, and really quickly, not even 3 or 5 minutes later, dipped down to about 230 again. So it was so high of a stock, man. So when you're looking at these things, it's all about doing your due diligence, calming down, figuring out what you want to do, how you want to go, if you're going to be short term or long term with the stocks that you have. And it's all about building that growth, building that wealth. You're not going to do it with one share. And look at dividend stocks, man. Dividend stocks are huge because the more shares of stock that you have, then the dividends will come to you each month. And that could be added, income to you. But that also takes time. We have to remember, we got to crawl before we walk, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
What type of dividend stocks would you invest in?
Well, I had Waste Management and I had AT&T. Ended up getting rid of them.
Yeah.
You're looking at some. I think Microsoft, they have a dividend. I'm pretty sure. I think Apple does as well. So if you're looking at those type of dividend stocks that have already built themselves up something, sometimes you're looking at between 21 cents up to $1.20. But again, you have to remember, one share is not going to do it for you. So you have to make
got about
sure
like
that
100 or 1,000.
something like that, to where you're building that up and you're continuously building that the dividend shares. And like I said, once you start building that up separately, again, there's so many ways to go with this. It's like, just don't get yourself caught up in the game, because everybody has their own opinion. It's about taking what they say, taking what somebody else says, do your due diligence, and then do whatever you can, and then do what you think is best. Don't sit there and think illogically and transparent. And transparency is huge. So don't think emotionally, think facts.
All right, Tacman. Then back to eye test.
But definitely, if you are already emotional person, it definitely going to stress you out and drain you out if you are trying to get into a stock. So you just have to be prepared. You have to have a disposable income, so you are comfortable with to say, I can put this amount of money, even if I lose. I say, I don't sweat. You got to have that mindset. But if you're not, the stock is not for you. Stock is not for you. Trust me, because that will eat you alive. Because the first few months, it ate me alive. Then I started watching the videos, went to market watch, and that's why I put myself in the better position, emotional level wise. Speaking of the, I don't know, big time. You heard of the MBR stocks?
No,
I don't know.
MBR. No, explain it to me.
Yeah, MBR stock. I bought those. I don't know. Back in the June, that it went off. It blew up. Like I had it at that time. I bought it for 18. It was going up $48, and on the middle of the June, it went up to $85 flat.
Wow.
Then the next day, it went down to $40, and now it's down to $27, which is fine because I bought more, so it's going to eventually go up. It's a huge company, and it's been there for a while, so it has a great resume, and So so I'm pretty sure it'll go back to 55, range at least.
Did it when you looked at the drop, did it say any of the did it tell you the reason why it dropped so quickly and so rapidly?
No, actually, I didn't read that part, which I should have. But I was just like, "Oh man, this is good." Then the next thing, I said, "Holy shit, what just happened?" So
Because you brought up Market Watch, and I'm on there constantly. So, like when you look at all the graphs and stuff like that, if when scrolling down, you can when you scroll down all the way, I'm sure you know this as well. You can get a glimpse of what the company's about, and you can learn a little bit about it. And then also, if you scroll a little bit further down, it'll tell you the companies that it's actually competitive with, which is good too as well. So that's pretty cool to look at. And then also Market Watch gives you, ETFs to look at and then index funds as well. You don't have to buy single shares of stock and stuff like that either, or companies. You can put your money in to ETFs and index funds, which is plenty fine because you basically get a whole of all these companies that you actually want, but most of them you can't have. Heck, I can't even have. And up to the one like Tesla when it was up to $2,000, or you look at Amazon, or you look at stocks like Spotify, Shopify. I'm sorry, Shopify. If you look at Shopify before March, they were like in the middle of $200, over $250. And now, then they boosted up like not even like within I think a month and a half or two, went over $1,000. Those are the ones you want to look at, and you really need to jump into it right when the pandemic happened. And that's when you need to do it. I didn't even do it, man. So I lost that out on a lot, and I'm just trying to catch up on it. So I honestly hope it doesn't happen. I'm just trying to find the ones that are slowly building up some steam, and then putting my money into that, putting my money into it. And hopefully, doing my due diligence and research and everything, that it will pan out for me. So, just like like I was telling DJ, looking at Workhorse and Neo, those are the ones I'm truly, invested in somewhat. And then looking at the, Shell merger, that's another one that's going to be pretty big. And the ones that took a hit was Nikola with that truck, I don't know if you heard about that, DJ, but the one where, that guy where, I mean, the truck that was supposedly rolled down the hill and saying that it was actually workable, but it wasn't. So they're taking a huge hit right now too.
Go ahead. I test. Ask them whatever you want.
Big time. Like, I'm gonna ask you what I did initially. I think I jumped in April of this year, but I've always been researching, just gaining knowledge on it. So I finally jumped in. But what I bought, and this is like kind of based off what you're saying, like you saying don't buy one share in any big stock, but like start small. So that was my philosophy. But I think what kind of helped me was that the pandemic hit, and stocks that I normally couldn't buy at that price, those many shares I was able to buy. Like I said, Dave & Buster's was dirt cheap around that time. What else? Of all the airlines, they're still kind of dirt cheap. So that's what I did. I went and bought stuff like that, like stuff around $20, $25 a share. And I bought like 10 shares a piece of certain companies. And then I went and bought like, small companies that like Genius, GNUS companies. I put money into those. So you said do my research on these companies, and I'm hearing like, because I know Robinhood, when you scroll down, it tells you, like their 52-week average, and then if you keep going, it tells you how many analysts predicted to. They say, should you keep it? Should you sell it? And then if you keep going, it tells you how many people are part of the company. Like I look at their overall, I forgot that number, but their overall revenue. And I look at how long they've been in business. And then I look at how many people are at that company for the upstart, not for the big guys. but I don't know anything about ETFs or I forgot what else you said. I don't understand how. Yeah, how does that work? So you mean to tell me so like a company like you said, where I normally can't buy it. I normally right now as a beginner won't buy. I don't know what they're going to share, so I could get an ETF in their company. Like, explain that to me.
Big time, you there? Big
Yeah,
time.
I'm here.
I asked you that question. Explain it to me.
So, I'm sure DJ can, replicate everything I'm going to say. I'll make it a little bit shorter than sweet. So, index funds, you can get like mostly Fortune 500, and then you have your S&P as well. And these index funds that you have, they'll pick so many out of, or all of them that come out of the Fortune 500s or S&P 500. All right, depending on whether if it's in the bio or into medical field or into anything you can think of. So you have an investment in all these companies, and again, there's so many indexes that you can actually look at and view. It just depends on which one you're wanting to look at and view or what you want. Again, like you said, when you're looking at the whole aspect of, whether it's going to, how much it's been making through the last 3 to 5 years and the percentages that you're looking at, that's what you're wanting to look at. Again, with ETFs, they're a little bit different though, because index funds, you hold on to them and you can't sell them as in, you can sell them like, one day, but you can't, with the difference between that ETF though, the ETF is that you can have the same type of stocks within that ETF, but you also can, you also can sell that ETF the same day and then reinvest into it again. An index, you cannot do that. So again, there's so many index funds and ETFs out there, and ETFs might be the way to go for you. That's what I'm looking at more so. You can, again, the space of money and how much you're going to be making, it's not going to be as fluid as you would if you were just buying shares of stock, because you're looking long term with index funds. ETFs, you're not really so much looking for that. You can, but it doesn't. But the thing is, you can actually sell them same day. You can't do that with index funds. So it depends on what type of game you're wanting to play.
Okay, this is what I'm about to ask you. Okay, so now I'm kind of learning, but you kind of go by what seasons are coming up. So what we got Halloween coming up, we got Thanksgiving, and we got Christmas. So what might be selling and what companies might be benefiting? I must say Best Buy, Target, companies like that, Walmart. So now I could go get an ETF and an index in Walmart, but in Walmart, the index, I'm holding it long term, but the ETF in Walmart, I could buy and sell it the same day. That's what you're saying?
An ETF, yes. So look at it this way, man. Look at investments. You have 7 different types that you're looking at. You're looking at technologies, financial. You're looking at healthcare. You're looking at consumer. You're looking at consumer staples. You're looking at cash, and then you're looking at communication services, and you're looking at utilities, i.e.
What the fuck happened?
I'm right here.
Oh hell no! He was giving game and they cut him off.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
My bad. So you have like 7 different types of things that you need to look at per growth. All right.
Hold on. Before you keep going, you said consumer and consumer what? When you one of the 7, you said consumer and
consumer staple. Consumer staple.
What is that?
That would be like more so towards like I'll be honest with you. I really don't know. More so consumer staple.
Okay.
Consumer. The other one, consumer, would be more like Google. So like you have this company in Japan that's very much like Google, and it's just the stock is like $350, $400. It's out of control, but they're just they're so popular that taking over what they're doing is just outrageous. So again, like I said, if you have technology, financial, healthcare, consumer staple, cash, communication services, utilities. When you're looking at all these, this is what you need to look at all together in a bunch. And what I just named off, you can actually look at these in straight ETFs.
So automotive, they don't have their own. Oh shit! Get off.
Yo, Big Time, you there? Big Time went out again. I test. There.
Oh no, I can't hear
You were
nobody.
dropping very good information. I'm learning from the Big Time. He dropping great information. I'm soaking up.
Yeah, why I keep cutting them off?
I don't know, bro. So, Big Time, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go. Keep spitting. Both of them are loving your game.
Good,
Keep
yeah.
spitting it for them.
I mean, so the best thing to do, man, is when you're looking at like all 7 of those, you can look at an ETF or an index and all those, and you can get what you want because it's just a combined amount of all those companies together. Like I said, the difference between an ETF and an index is an index, you can sit there and you can sell it that day and then you can buy into it the next day, while an ETF, you can sell it that day and then get back into it the same day. Also, you have individuals that are, stockbrokers that are changing those companies in and out of, how they can invest and make that ETF better. And I think DJ brought it up. I'm pretty sure he brought it up.
On again.
I'm still here. I'm listening. This is very good.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Shout out to Mace. Good shit, bro.
You're welcome, fellas.
Absolutely.
I'm more than just sports, man.
Yeah, same here. I love sports, man. So I'm a NCAA all the way to the pro sports, man. I've been watching sports for 2 decades.
Well, Tackman, you always
I'm
make you Tackman. Be like iTest and Big Time. Just make your home here, bro.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna
8:30.
do. Hey, Mace.
What's up?
Have you checked the Red Hill Bio stock that I was telling you?
The Red Hill? No, I haven't checked it out. The pharmaceutical, right?
Yes, sir. It's a 50% gain in 3 months. I bought a month ago. It's nearly 29% gain.
Yeah, I'll do that shit tomorrow morning, bro. Hey, you guys recommend which one, Robinhood or what's the other one? The other app?
I have both, but I mainly use Robinhood. But I'm gonna start using more of a Webull because the Webull has a community pool, so you can get the information from my other stockholders.
Oh yeah, I like the Weeble. And he said something else.
Yeah, he said
was saying
something real good. The Big Time.
Web.
He uses.
What was the other one? No, he said it too. What was the other one you used? To watch.
Webull. Market Watch.
Market Watch. Okay, Market Watch. I got it right.
There you go. That's the one, Market Watch.
Yeah,
Yo, Big Time, you back with us?
And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, your guys been waiting for you, man. They're loving you, time, Big Time. This is gonna put you over the hump on this station, Go ahead, bro. Keep spitting out knowledge, Big Time. They're listening to you.
So DJ, weren't you the one that brought up ARK Investments, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I seen that in the chat. ARK Investments is huge. I mean, their ETFs are real nice. I can't remember the lady's name, but she just gives great analysis analogies and everything about what you're looking at. She looks their company looks further ahead as into making that as into making you money. And I think that what they were saying with Tesla, what she was saying about Tesla is that Tesla can be up to about 7,000 within 5 years at times. So you have to think, if you had any extra cash, because Tesla's going to be there, I just believe it is. And I think that, any type of growth stocks that you have or investments with like Apple or Microsoft, those type of stocks, man, you really need to just start pouring in your cash. But just like DJ said, you don't want to put yourself so far underneath the wheel to where you can't dig yourself out. You want to just do it. You want to do it a little bit at a time, because if you put all your money in, then how are you going to pay your bills and stuff like that? It's really easy to do that though too. I mean, I've done that a couple times where I said to myself, man, if I do this right now, I can possibly get by and make it a really rough month, but I'll be able to do it and it'll look fine. I have done that, but sometimes I wish I wouldn't have that mindset. But I know sometimes it is what it is. You gotta do what you feel is right and what's best for you. As long as you're getting your bills paid, that's all that matters. Because all I know is that I pay my bills first, and if I have an extra $400 or $500 or whatever, I'm going to do what I have to do to make myself a little bit more happier. Because honestly, man, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to spend it on something stupid? Am I going to spend it on, drinking, some booze or whatever else? It doesn't matter, man. At least you're putting your money in, you're investing it, and you're making and you're making a future for yourself. And that's what it's all about, is making a future for yourself so you can retire sooner than later. So hopefully, besides doing, like, let's say your Robinhood account or a Webull account, you are investing in yourself, because that's another most important thing. You're investing in yourself. I think that's more important than anything, because if you don't invest in yourself, then then you're not going to know what to do in the future. You're always going to sit there and be lackadaisical of what you're trying to do for yourself. But I don't know, man. Everything that DJ is saying, and then I'm trying to explain, which I don't feel I'm doing a very good job. But I feel that you just
you did a fantastic, man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You just need to do your due diligence. And sometimes if you're too quick to think that there's such a great buy out there, there's a reason why it's a great buy. Sometimes it looks so good, it's not as good. It's too good to be true. That's what I'm trying to say. So, like I said, I've revamped myself this past month, just because I knew I was going too quick and I needed a revamp. There's a lot of good tools out there, man. I have so much on my phone that I put on my phone, tips and stuff like that. And even with work, I have tons of stuff there too that I need to combine together, that if I could be doing a little bit better. But yeah, it's hard, man, because I don't even do that for a living, man. This is just something that I want to, get better at, and just, take my time, watch Bloomberg or whatever else.
There you go.
That's all you can do, because full timer is going to be looking at it totally different. I'm just looking at it as something that I can make money at in a long term. That's what I'm looking at. So
Golden Eagle says in the chat room, also get the Financial Times, tell you what you need.
Yeah.
I tell you. So let me take a wild guess. I'm gonna have a good laugh with it. Everybody should. Is playing the stock market for you a hobby?
No, well, I started off as a hobby and an experiment purpose, but now I'm slowly taking it serious, because now, not because based on the potential that I see in stocks, and this is not easy. You really have to do your research, and you really have to be on it. If you really want to gain, you want to make that profits. So no, I don't look at it as a more of a hobby, but the mindset of a hobby, like have fun with it. You can't be all serious. I know
Hobby's supposed to be fun.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. I'm just I take it serious at the same time. I'm having fun because I'm
Yeah, you
actually
can do
still
that because the
learning.
money's involved, of course. But about you, big time, is that a hobby to you?
Yeah, it's a hobby. I mean, if it was something
There you
full
go.
time, yeah, I wish it could be more than a hobby, but I'm not even close to being that. It's going to take years for me to sit there and figure stuff out. I mean,
Facts.
as stupid as I started off in the beginning, just buying stuff up like a kid in a candy store. Like I said, it was just, I just realized that by watching a few other guys on YouTube, and now I think I'm getting myself, my feet are already wet, and now I'm getting myself dried off a little bit to understanding the full capacity and the aspect of what you need to do to make money. But you know, making money within the stock market, that's the most frustrating thing to me, is because if you can't add on to the shares to bigger companies, how do you make that money? And to me, the only way
Facts.
that you can make that money is by either, getting fortunate, by seeing, by penny stocks. And there are some good ones out there, and they've been, clearly, some of them have came up and done a great job in giving people, those funds, or looking at put calls and options. Though that's the other way to make tons of money. And then you reinvest that money, and then you continuously grow your wealth. So it takes time. It's not overnight. Unfortunately, I want it overnight as well, but I know I mean, the big thing, man, this is even to myself, I have to remember this, is what's your goal?
Yeah.
What is your goal? Is
Hmm.
your goal, have you made yourself a goal if you've just started? So like I test, when did you start putting money into the stock market?
April.
So looking at April, have you set yourself a goal as to how much that you've put in when you started, and where you want to be within, let's say, a year? How much do you want to be? Where do you want to be within a year?
A year, I want to quadruple my money that I put in. But the thing is, I'm going about it strategically, learning as much as I can. So the companies I've invested in up to this point, I put it in, and I haven't even looked at it. Like, they're companies, I'm like, all right, they're for the long term. But
Right.
as I'm learning what you're saying tonight about the ETFs and the down ETF and yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But as I'm learning about that, I'm trying to revamp my tax, so to say. So I'm thinking of it like, stay with me and see if I'm making sense. Like, let's say like a company like I'm buying an ETF, so I'm buying into a category. So there are 7 different categories, and then I'll pick one, which I say, okay, let's say utility. And then it'll give me a group of utility companies at a price to buy into, or that's what I'm trying to figure out. And
So
what's the other one besides ETF? What's the other one? The index.
Index funds,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, go ahead.
your ETFs, you have just remember, you have tons of companies within that ETF, and all ETFs are going to be a little bit different, where the percentages are going to be a little bit more from one to another. So you're going to have tons of companies within that index or an ETF. All right, it's just a question of what type of ETF you want. So whether you can look up Fidelity Investments and look up ETFs, and they'll give you so many ETFs to look at. It's a question of what you want to look at and what's hot and what's not. Because if you don't want to lose your money, and you want a 6 to 8% gain, then you're probably looking at like an ETF or an index fund consistently. It's not going to be, let's say, it's not going to, like a ball game would say, it's not going to be sexy, but it's going to be good. It'll be a good investment. So if you're wanting to be more aggressive, then you're looking at growth stocks. You're looking at things that you can invest a little bit more in separately. You're looking at those penny stocks. I just be very careful with those. That's the only thing I would say. There are some good ones out there, don't get me wrong, but again, just be very careful, because you can lose your ass on penny stocks too. Because all those funds you put in penny stocks, you could be putting into a very good company that's it has $15 or $20 to invest in and still make a really good amount on it.
Let me ask you, give me an example of how an ETF works. Like, walk me through the procedure. I'm buying my first ETF. What is it going to look like? Just whatever you want to do. I'm just listening.
So, if you go into, let's say you go into Fidelity Investments or Vanguard, you're going to look at let's say Vanguard 500 index fund. All right. So that would be a VFIAX. All right. So when you're looking up that index fund, you'll see the potential of the growth of it, which the chart will show that. If you like what you see and you like that type of index, then of course you're going to go ahead and buy into it. Depending on how expensive it is, like a VOO, that's more so. I think that's more so like S&P 500, all S&P 500, all of the 500 companies within the S&P. So you're going to get an ETF and something like that. But they also, like with ETFs compared to index ETFs, they have brokers that switch them in and out, like ARK Investments, that they want to keep that percentage high. And if they start seeing some companies dropping down, they'll start revamping. They'll start leveling it out to where you're not losing as much money and you'll start gaining more. Again, index funds and ETFs are good, especially if you have like a traditional Roth IRA, because one, with a 401k, it's pre per when you retire. So of course you can take money out, but you can't take the full load out or you'll be penalized. So when you are ready to retire, you'll be taxed when you take it out, because everything when you put in, it's pre. But with the Roth IRA, it's going to be after tax. So you'd want to start with like your ETFs or index funds. You want to put them in something like that to where you're not going to be, it won't be pre, it'd be more so after. Again, that also depends on where you're going to be financially within the next 40 or 50 years once you retire, depending on how much you're going to be making, if you're going to be making more or you're going to be making less when you're retired. And most of the time we're going to be making less. So when you're doing your taxes, you're not going to be making, it's not going to hurt you. So it's not going to matter, honestly. So just remember that, when you have, when you're investing and you have, you're in your Robinhood account or Webull account, you should open up a 401 or an IRA, because one is tax-free or tax-free deductible, and the other one until after you retire, or the other one's already been taxed. So that's something to look at, because whatever gains you get whatever gains you receive from the year, you'll have to pay on those, and that's something to think about when you're doing your taxes. So that's something I'm still learning about as well.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Got that
Thank-
big
thank you,
ice
Big-
force?
Nah, thank you, man. Thank you for the knowledge.
Got that, Tech Man?
Man, Big Tom, I highly appreciate for your information. Man, this was great. I highly appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
No, I mean, both of you, thank you. I mean, because we can learn from each other, right? I don't know
That's
everything.
right.
So I
You're
want to
right.
learn. I want to learn from you all. I mean, it looks like, that DJ, you look like that you look into those penny stocks, and you do your due diligence, and I want to get into some of those, and just the eye test, man. You seem like that you look at everything, just the big picture. So
Shocked me, bro.
that's something that that's a good thing, because you have a level head with everything. So
I'm
and then you
proud
have
to.
man Mace up there just putting everything together. So I appreciate, being
I'm
up here.
I'm proud to have you guys a part of the family. I mean that sincerely, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I've been saying, I'm not all just sports, fellas. I can talk over shit. And I remember, like 2 weeks ago, I asked Tac Man. I said, "Give me a cheap stock in pharmaceuticals." He gave me 6 of them, just like that. Bang, 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 bang. I'm a pharmaceuticals guy. If I want to invest, I'm gonna invest in medicine and in drugs, bro. Especially with this pandemic going on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should definitely. Yeah, you should definitely check out Red Hill Bio's pharma.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow, bro. I'm gonna invest about $1 on it. I'm talking about $100 in it. Think that's
That's what's
good?
up. Absolutely.
There you go.
I have a question. I have another question for Big Time.
Go ahead, big time. The floor is yours, bro. Big time.
Yes, sir. Yes,
The
sir.
floor is yours. The attack man, who you see him as DJ Child Support, you got another question about the stock market.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The far as buying the piece of a stock, like let's say I know the Amazon is over 3,000 right now.
Yeah.
So buying a piece of a share of the stock, I want to know exactly how does it work.
Okay. So you're talking about fractional shares. So
Yes, sir.
that's another thing, man. So
Listen to this eye test.
so with fractional shares, it's a beautiful thing. All right.
Hmm.
But I think when it comes to, let's say, your Amazons or your Booking.com, Booking.com is a nice thing because that it involves all travel, Travelocity and all this other stuff. But they're high up there as well. And then you went with, like, let's say Tesla. It's nice to have a fractional share of theirs, but you have to think, a fractional share of $3,000, and you're only putting, let's say, $100 or $50 in there. When I did that, I went, man, I feel good about doing that. But when I thought about it, when I just revamped myself, I went, man, it's just kind of stupid in a sense because they're so high. What type of gains am I really getting out of that? And that's the thing I thought about. What type of gains am I getting out of that by putting $30 to $50 to $100 of a fractional share of a $300,000 company, and I'm really not gaining anything. Maybe, I think I gained like $30 or $40, but I'm looking for more gains and more results. So I revamped myself, man. So I'm the only way I'm going to do a fractional share, DJ, the only way I'm going to do a fractional share is that if I'm close to where I'm able to making a share within the company. So let's say like either Apple, Microsoft, or Tesla. Let's just throw those three out there right now. Microsoft, I think, is around $200 or under $200. If you only have $100, then you're basically putting 0.5 of a fractional share, which would be half of that share. Then you have a half of that share, which is $100. The next month you add another 0.5. Now you have your share, unless they went up so high. But let's say they stay around the $200 area, you add another fractional share of 0.5. Now you have your full share of that full share, which is just one share stock of Microsoft. Which I feel that's the thing that you need to focus on more than the bigger ones, because those bigger ones are so out of touch, and you can't even grab them or grasp them. It's not even worth spending money on, in my opinion. Just make sure you're doing your due diligence and looking at these other companies that are going to grow, and the thing is you're still able to grab, like I said, i.e. your Apple. We as a whole in here with Mace right now, if you're looking to invest, get your ass in with Apple. They are in Microsoft. I mean, those two companies have shown tremendous growth, and they're going to continuously grow and continuously grow. And while they're down $100, you bet. I mean, that it's only $100, $200. You might as well invest as much as you can in them. And then if you want to dabble a little bit into your growth stocks, and then looking at some small ETFs that are $40 to $50, maybe $100, and even ETFs and index funds you can put fractional shares in. So that's what I would do. I just, like I said, I revamped my portfolio, and I got rid of all my fractional shares. And the ones that I had full shares of, I started buying fractional shares of that to start building my wealth, because I wasn't doing anything by putting all my money in so many different places, like putting an Easter
Well,
egg,
that was not the
in so
play.
many places. It wasn't helping me.
All right, I test.
Right. Well, thank you. Appreciate
Nah,
it.
I'm listening to what he said.
Yeah, he's done. He wants another question. Go ahead.
So did
Nah,
that make sense with the fractional shares?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Big Time.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man. Depending on if you're like, let's say, if you're in Weeble or Weeble doesn't do it. I think Robinhood does. If not Robinhood, then definitely Fidelity Investments does. I know that for a fact because I have a Fidelity account. Play with it, man. Go in there. That's the one thing that we need to do. I think we're starstruck and seeing all this stuff, and we get a little bit antsy and a little bit of afraid to not doing it. But until you actually get into it and doing it, that's the only way we're going to learn, getting our hands dirty. Just don't get your hands too dirty by, putting everything in one basket, by throwing your money everywhere to where you don't know where it's going, by you're not, creating investments and creating wealth, because I don't feel that creating wealth is that's the way to do it. Like I said, I'm still learning, so I'm willing to learn more. So you can teach me something.
Wow, man, this is good, man. I should have joined your streamer earlier, man.
Yeah, I didn't know I was gonna get all that. I thought y'all was gonna talk football.
Oh man, hey, we
Oh,
had
man.
this morning a little bit, man. It was great. Pac-Man, who was
Okay.
DJ Child Support, he was rocking with Big Time in the chat room. I was peeking, and I was saying, this kid is eating up this game and getting this stock advice. Yeah, and it was good this morning, man. It wasn't about sports, bro. It was all about brothers and men in general. How to be, who's a real man? How you be a man's man? It was great stuff. I had a good round table in here this morning, 8 o'clock this morning, man. I fired up the room. Brothers came in, and that's what we talked about. It's good stuff, man. I mean, I just let you guys rock, man. That's what I do in here. I know Big Time last couple of days, bro. I feel bad for him. He's in the outside looking in, but I said, yo, tonight, I told every guy this morning, yesterday, tonight we're going to do what we do. And tonight has been awesome so far. Been a real eye-opener. And let me tell you something, Big Time. You have really carried the mantle tonight, man. Good for you.
We all have, but I mean, in Mace, I don't want to. I know I'm a little bit the odd man out, but I like listening and learning. I can always learn, from individuals that have a different life from me. So, I just, like I said, I respect everybody here, and I have a lot to learn. So, just because I'm not in there, in the conversation. And a lot of times I don't have to be, because it's none of my business. But sitting there listening, I'm not trying to, disrespect anybody listening. I'm just trying to learn. Just learn and respect is all.
When we talking about sports, bro, you have a place every time, every night in this room on a platform. That's how I do business, man. There's no shame in it, man. You've done a great job tonight.
That dude that came in the other day that said, you better put your money on the Raiders to win it. And you put the bank on it.
Yeah, Platinum last night, bro, right before
Platinum.
game time, bro. He was very happy today, bro.
I bet you he was, but I honestly did not see that coming. I just went, man, I just don't know. I'm not very good at picking spreads for NFL. I think it's pretty tough to do it, but college I'm a little bit better at. But
yeah,
I love college football, man.
Yeah, he's a big college fan. Tackman is.
I'm a huge college man. That's what I love betting college sports, man. So far I've been doing well, but I know things going to get a little rocky. It's going to be a little crazy upset, backdoor coverage. The season's still early. Wait till week 5, 6. You're going to see some fuck shit, man.
Yeah, I
But
can easily see that, man.
you
Hey,
know,
big
but
time.
Yes, sir.
You got a big NFL Sunday, man. Gonna be pretty damn good, bro. I'm gonna ask your opinion. One game in particular, Rams at Buffalo. What you think?
What's the spread on it?
Buffalo favored by a field goal.
Buffalo field goal. Oh man, that's gotta be all. It all depends if Matt Milano is playing because Matt Milano did miss the last game and definitely shows it in the middle coverage from when the Dolphin came back and covered the whole game in the second half. When you don't have your best cover linebacker, it shows it. It won't show it earlier, but towards the end when the defense get tired, when there's things needed to get it done, trust me, linebacker is really the key to that defense.
Pac-Man. What a great analysis.
And
Right on
also,
point, brother.
is Giants are playing at home?
Yeah, it's San Francisco.
In home, right? In Giants,
Yeah,
right?
the Meadowlands. Yeah, yeah. San Francisco is in West
I
Virginia right now. They're gonna fly right back up here on Saturday afternoon.
yeah, I would have said if they were healthy. No, I'm still gonna go against Giants because
Hell
last
yeah,
year
Giants suck.
Giants at home, when the Giants was dog at the stadium at the home field, the ATS is 1-5, and combined with this year total is 1-11 as a dog.
There
So
you
they
go.
only won cover as a dog at home. That's pathetic.
You know
And
what's
also
sad?
the back to the Kansas City and the Chargers game. That was I came to check the line on Thursday. It was 6.5. It was too low for me, so I waited 10 minutes before the game and it moved to +9. The public money moved 97% to the Kansas City. There's no way Vegas will let 97% win the money. So Charger had a 3% public money moving. So I jump in the Charger as a +9.
Good for you. Big time. What do you think about that game Sunday up in Buffalo? Rams.
I like the way the Rams defense is playing,
I do too.
and depending on, I don't know that linebacker's out for. Is he still? He's gonna be out still, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, they still gonna be out. Edmonds, Milano, and the other guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they compared to the first game. It looked like they kind of hurt them that those linebackers being out. I mean, I think I like where Buffalo is at, and they're playing really well. But I think I'd take the Rams, but I'll probably be wrong. I'm not very good at picking NFL games.
Yeah, I'm leaving that game alone because the spread's too low, and not only the health of the linebackers for Buffalo, but the Rams are really playing well.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
they
surprised
wouldn't fully expect them. Yeah, go ahead, Tata.
despite the I'm sorry about that. Well, despite the losing so many players, especially the one of the main linebacker went to the Raiders, so I didn't have much expectation for Ram, but it seemed like Sean McVay definitely turned that defense and offense around, and Goff looks a lot more comfortable as a play action, not trying to play the West Coast, the pro offense. That's not his game. So McVay trying to bail him out. So he's trying to put him in the comfort zone. So I think Rams, this is going to be a great game, and I think this is going to be a low-scoring game.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm
And
just leaving it alone, but if you think it's going to be low scoring, huh? And big time is taking the Rams in the 3. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm taking Dallas plus 4.5 at home.
Who they playing?
Dallas on the road at Seattle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas 4.5.
They're like just
Not to win, but
yeah.
I'm going to take Seattle because they're home and Russell Wilson's on fire and the Cowboys secondary sucks.
Oh, absolutely, that sucks. But I don't think it's going to go over 56 though. I think it's going to be close, but 53, 54 range. I hope the line stays 56.
Man. Wow,
Yeah,
you guys come in here and blow me away with your knowledge.
But there's another game that I really like. I really, really like, which is the Bears plus 4 in Atlanta stadium.
Yeah.
Plus, I I like under 48 flat. I'm not expecting Matt Ryan to throw 400 yards back I mean 500 total yard back to back. Not with Bears, because Bears really like to slow down the game, and if they play heavy man-to-man coverage, and the pass rush is actually solid with Khalil Mack. And what was the other guy? Raekwon Smith. So
Raekwon Davis.
Those front seven.
I'm blown away with you guys' knowledge, man. I'm dead serious. I'm not just saying it to say it, because it'll make our network better.
And back to the Raiders game. One of the reasons I took the Raiders, which I should have put plus 5.5 when it was Sunday, but I waited. Drew Brees is 2-0 against Oakland Raider as a Saints quarterback, not Charger. 2-0. So I know a lot of money was pushing towards the Saints. I didn't think they would have lost, to be honest. I thought they wouldn't cover because the Raiders was motivated. John Gruden, he's back against the wall despite his 10-year contract. He feeling the pressure, so he has to work with what we have. And with Derek Carr, John Gruden has no excuse. I don't know why the leagues that keep disrespecting Derek Carr. He's a great quarterback. You can watch his film during the Fresno State with him and Devontae Adams. Like he's a legit quarterback. You have to protect him because he's not a mobile quarterback.
Yeah,
so he needs to be well protected. Give him time and give him short yard. And let Josh Jacobs kill the clock, get some good 5-6 yards, and wear off the defense and take a deep shot. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, they Carr has came into his own though. He's had some injuries and then he's had some rough goes in the beginning, but you can tell he's developing, and his arm's really strong. His arm's pretty strong too. Now he has that speed on the outside, which is nice. Man, I expected New Orleans to give a heavy dose with Kamara and then possibly the one that was surprising to me was Emmanuel Sanders didn't do anything. I thought you were going to get some type of dose with that, but that
Drew Brees looks old. Yes, does.
Yeah, he can say they can make an excuse for the offense line because Saints is always known for building two things: offensive line and running backs. Yeah. So he has no excuse. Even though personally, I don't believe Alvin Kamara is a number one back. He's a more of a number two back. He's not a third down back, but it's my opinion.
I mean, yeah, he's that versatile back. That's why he's so good. I think he's so shifty, but he's that versatile back that you can use in the backfield and split him out. I mean, he's so tough to get down. Like I said, he's so shifty that's what makes him so good, though. So, yeah, but that's what I think, anyways.
I still don't agree with that $75 million to pay for number two running back, but I think I don't know what's the guarantee money, but I think Saints made a mistake giving that much a contract.
Well,
I don't know if you look at them having anybody else there, though. I mean, Latavius Murray. I mean, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. And what else was out there to begin with? So I don't know about, like you said, the guarantee money, but guarantee what you get with Kamara, and I think he's a workhorse too. That's another thing. I don't think he messes around. Especially with Michael Thomas not being there, you knew that you were going to get a heavy dose of him, and they still couldn't stop him. That shows a lot about him.
Yeah, he's going to get stopped. He's going to get shut down a lot this year, but he's still going to have a Pro Bowl type of season because one of his knock is he's not fast. He don't have speed, but he has a great release. Yeah. But once he plays against the physical DB, like such as Latavius White from the Buffalo Bills, that's when he have a hard time. But if he's just a lanky base, like thin cornerback, he'll eat him alive. But when you met a physical cornerback, that's when he gets shut down.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. You guys, what about this another good game Sunday? Oh, speaking of the Raiders, they're in New England Sunday. What you guys think about that one?
They're gonna win it. They're gonna win it.
Okay. Big time.
I think the absence of the Hightower and Patrick Chung is slowly showing it, and this Raiders are hungry. And I can see them going 3-0 along with Arizona Cardinal. I can see Arizona beating the Lions because last year the game went tied 27-27. If the finals, I hope that's the final score,
Lions
but I know it went
season, Zach, man, the Lions season ended as soon as they printed the schedule. Good.
Yeah, so I can see Arizona definitely going 3-0 first time since when Carson Palmer era. And I can see that they have a lot of potential defensively, offensively. Kyler Murray is playing his best football as a young quarterback in his career. I think they can. I'm a Seattle fan, but I can see Arizona winning the division.
Big time.
No, I agree. I mean, Kyle Murray is just, man, he's just, he looks good, and good for him. Good for him that he had a rough first year and expected to be rough first year, and he's coming out, and then he has Hopkins there. That helps out tremendously. So, and then you have a veteran wideout. We can't forget that these veterans that are there, like Fitzgerald, he has to be helping him tremendously, developing him into a better quarterback. And I feel without these veterans there, he wouldn't be getting the knowledge. So that's why I say Burrow. One of the reasons why he's doing so well is because of having AJ Green there, and I'm sure he's developing a rapport with him. Without that, with any other quarterback, I mean, with another quarterback that doesn't have that, I don't think they soak up that knowledge because they don't have that knowledge to soak up. They're just guessing. It's like a guessing game, and they don't have that rapport, like I said. So,
thank God for Joe Mixon actually helping Joe Burrow because for a number one pick quarterback, he doesn't have the arm as compared to the previous the leasing, first number one pick quarterback. Carson Palmer had an arm, Cam Newton had an arm. He's probably one of the slightly above average arm strength, but he has great accuracy, great decision making. He's poised. He has a great leadership at the young age. That's what made Cincinnati fell in love with his skill set.
Yeah. Well, I also think that, and you're right about that, but give him a couple of years and get at NFL strong, and I'm sure his arm strength will get up there a little bit and be more equal to his game play, which is going to need it to be. And I'm sure he'll, if in fact he wants to be successful, he's going to work on that arm strength. If he doesn't, he then, he just won't be what he can be. So you have to be, I think when athletes, when they want to become the best of the best, they're out there doing their due diligence, or out there, if there's an off season, they're practicing. They're, like Jerry Rice, there was no off season for him. I'm sure LaDainian Tomlinson didn't have an off season. We're talking about those guys that consistently pushing every single year off season to training camps to get to be the best. And it shows that when they thrive to be best, that's what you see it. You see the difference. You see the change.
Yeah.
You look at real quick, DJ, getting off topic real quick. If you don't mind watching a woman in general, like just give you advice, check out Investing with Rose. She's gorgeous. She's Asian. She looks like she's Asian descent, but she gives out tons of knowledge, man. Tons of knowledge. So check her out. She's pretty cool.
Is she a YouTuber?
Huh?
Is she a YouTuber?
Yeah, YouTuber. Investing with Rose.
Investing with Rose. I'm typing right now. If she look like Asian, that's gonna drive me nuts. I got Asian. I got Asian fetish.
Oh well, then I'm with you, man. So yeah, I mean, she's pretty, she's smart, and she'll tell you how it is. She'll give you a lot of investment tips. She'll teach you some stuff. She's really good. So yeah.
Man, big time. I appreciate it. Oh man, I'll give her 3-4 kids on her.
Okay, you already looked her up, huh?
I'll leave that alone, fellas. I will get a money honey in here, bro. You guys.
Man,
you looked it up that fast for the ball? Shoot.
Man, I'll give her 4 kids. Man, it's gonna be a Monday Night Raw. I'll give her Oh man,
Monday Night Raw.
It's funny,
yeah,
man.
Oh,
everybody.
You start watching her, you're going, man, she has so much knowledge, and then you look at her more, you're going, man, she's so, oh my goodness. It's like you're trying to concentrate, but you can't. You know, it's kind of
Man,
like going to a strip club and you eat all that ass is in your face, but you're trying to eat your food. You're not sure which one to do.
she look like a snack. I would like to crack the fortune cookie.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah. You just gave me an early Christmas gift.
Sorry, man, my bad. I mean, I was just, but she has a lot of knowledge, man. She's really cool. JJ Buckner, you should check him out as well. He has a lot of knowledge. He's really cool to listen to, because he'll tell you, just to slow it down and what he would do with the 3 stocks you should buy starting off. Just if you were just to start off, but he's really good as well. I told you earlier, Chris Sane, he's really good too. He's a young kid that will give you some advice, and he talks about the puts and calls and stuff like that. One other guy that's really good that actually explains the puts and calls really well is Brad Finn. He's a really good cat as well. So there's tons of them out there. You just got to find them in whichever one that fits your personality sometimes. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I like those Earn Your Rager. I've been watching that stocks channel on YouTube.
Which one is that?
And it's called Earn Your Rager.
I'll have to check that out.
Oh, you definitely have to check it out. Very informative, man. He's releasing video about what would you do in a marketing crash. He say, man, hold on to it. Like, he encouraged people and he give it explanation to people who's not familiar why you shouldn't give up, when the stock is going crashing, while you sell it, because that's where you lose more value. You gotta hold it.
Yeah.
It's a marathon.
Are you guys that happy investing with Rose?
Oh man, I'm happy. I don't know about big time. I told you I got Asian fetish.
I do too. I was with a Hispanic woman for 5 years, so her ethnic background really, I liked that part of it. I learned a lot, and man, she. But anyways, whatever. But yeah, if I was to find another woman, I would go more Asian descent right now.
292,000 subscribers. She's doing something excellent.
Shoot, and her face is doing something excellent too.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that, bro. Something on her face.
Oh man, I need to take her to my game,
bro. You got off your game, bro.
I gotta take her to the cave.
I wish eye test would have stayed. I would start rocking about the Dolphins and Jaguars in 2 days, bro.
I thought he was still here. I didn't know he left.
That's for a while now.
I like Jaguar
Tyson. He got out here.
Minshew and DJ Chalk gonna put up 2 touchdowns and close the game.
You think so?
I think so, but it's gonna be a low scoring game.
Okay, big time. Let's preview it, bro.
Well, I mean, I don't. Yeah, go ahead, DJ.
I'm sorry about that. No, what I'm saying is I don't see neither Fitzpatrick Minshew is throwing 3 touchdowns. It's going to be slow slap fest. And since they both have a solid running game, and I don't see them taking a risk, they're taking a deep shot. And the Jaguars secondary is not bad as people say. CJ Henderson is playing like a veteran. I don't know if you watch his highlight. He's a technician. 6 for that size to be fast, and his footwork is amazing. This guy gonna be like a Marshall Lattimore, Marlon Humphrey type of quarterback in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I agree with that. This game is it, bro. This is a winnable game for the Dolphins. They don't win this. Someone said it in here this morning. I forgot who it was, but he said what I've been saying. If they lose Thursday night, Tua will start against Seattle.
Oh, I think Dusty, right?
Dusty's here?
He the one said it.
Yeah.
Was he the one saying about the 2 we're going to start, or you were? I don't remember which one. One of you guys said it.
I said it.
Okay.
Somebody else said it last night, And someone said it today, not in here but somewhere else, that if they don't win today, uh, I mean they don't win Thursday night, I could see the change because Tua have 10 days to prepare. You agree
Oh
with
man,
that,
two
Big
is
Time?
two is a pancake.
There's rumors going around, of course, that that he's been practicing. I guess we'll see. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock in the Central Time Zone, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, and 6 o'clock Pacific, and
Okay.
3 o'clock in Hawaii in the afternoon, and 4 o'clock in Alaska. Welcome to this
So
very nice evening, Mace Taggart experience. Uh, I was gonna say that, yeah, I just feel that, um, I just think that, this is it for Miami. I mean, if they don't win this game, I would love to be in that room talking about. I would love to be in there Friday morning, man. Going to explode. I can tell you that right now. Uh, this game could go either way, bro. I mean, again, this is very winnable for them. And if they don't get it done, bro, and hey, next weekend, the media trucks will be outside Dolphin Stadium for Tua versus Russell Wilson.
well,
I
man, only
mean,
thing I'm not a Dolphin fan, but Dolphin has a lot of potential, and this is going to be a good opportunity for Tour for next year because offensive wise, they have a lot of potential with Devontae Parker if when he's healthy. That is, there's another wide receiver, the Preston Williams, undrafted second year that came from Colorado State. Him and Michael Gallup was a teammate in the Mountain West Conference days, and that guy used to give a hard time to the because he was so big, 6'4", and moved well. And he is man, he that's when the Colorado State game was going over 60% of the time. So Real Dolphin has a lot of potential, and the tight end from the came from Penn State, Mike Glintz. I can't really pronounce his name.
Bill Sicky.
He's a starting. Yes, he has a lot of potential. I can see him going. I can see him getting 800 yards this year with 60 plus catches with at least 7 touchdowns and 200-yard games.
Yeah, I
A
mean,
lot of
again,
potential. A lot of potential.
again, this is a very winnable game for them, man. All they have to do is just uh, play the way they did against Buffalo, and maybe they can pull it out. Just play, show a little bit more pass rush. But this is a very winnable
And
game
the
for them.
game, the game I'm looking forward to it is the Monday night. Lamar Jackson finally going to beat Kansas City for the third try. I can see them. I'm not afraid of that -3. I think they can get it done. I can see it. It's gonna be a high scoring game, but somehow Baltimore gonna come on top in the end.
So
Uh,
you like Lamar Jackson, huh?
I like Lamar Jackson, but I like the Greg Roman's design, his play calling
yeah.
because because that's Lamar Jackson. The one thing Kaepernick didn't have, which was the accuracy and good decision making.
Mm-hmm.
If Kaepernick had those two, he would definitely be in top 15 quarterback, but which he didn't have. His career completion is below 60%. That speaks for itself. But he's a good, serviceable quarterback.
Yeah.
And in the right situation with the right scheme. That's why I feel about Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady, his style of football fits perfect for Josh McDaniels' offense. But as for Tampa Bay's offense is supposed to be explosive. So I don't know how this is going to fit with Tom Brady.
Well, you got to give it a little bit of time. I mean, again, it runs into all these injuries that we're having right now. I think has a big part of not having a true training camp and at least 2 or 3 preseason games, getting them out there. You see all these injuries. I think that's a huge part of it. So, I thought he would have a good second game. as the year rolls on, I think he'll get better and the team will get better. That's going to be the scary part. Because if you both are saying, especially you, Mace, if you're sitting there saying that Breeze is getting older and you've seen a decline, then then New Orleans is going to have a hard time going further into the season. I think Tampa Bay is going to be the team to look at. They're going to be that team besides Arizona, which, man, Arizona is just.
I got news for you. Arians just chopped down Gronk and Brady again yesterday. I get the feeling if they're like shaky by the time I'll say by their bye it's week 13. It ain't gonna take that long. I say by 6-7 games. Don't be surprised if he goes with Josh Rosen.
Practice. I think still in practice squad, Josh Rosen.
Yeah, for now he has to learn the plays, but in 5 weeks from now he should know what the hell is going with those receivers.
Oh, Chris Godwin, Penn State finest. Just like
Entanglement L, yo, Entanglement L, bro. Come on up. I just popped the link in there, bro. You too, Lou. Get up here. Get up here, bro.
Come on, Entanglement. I'm your baby mama's favorite DJ, man. Come on, Entanglement.
I'm your baby mama's favorite DJ. What's up, fellas? What's up, Lou? What's up, boys? I put the link in there if you want to pop up and say what's up, bro. Getting back to the Ravens game for a second. As much as I love Pat Mahomes, I think the Ravens are going to come out guns a-blazing, swarming on Mahomes because they felt that the Chiefs stole their championship last year. Do I feel that way? No. I feel
I
that.
do. I absolutely.
Who said you do? Big time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was Tackman believes that they stole the Ravens title. Okay. My baby mama's favorite DJ. He's laughing in the chat.
Yeah, man. You better pay up. You're going to jail. Pay up.
Yo,
but yeah, definitely.
Come up here and explain to me about living in Hawaii now, Entanglement. Tell me about how life is in Hawaii now, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Big Time. Big Time.
I thought DJ had something to say.
Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead, Tackman.
No, I wholly agree with. I think the Baltimore's extremely determined. Remember how strong they finished in the regular season, and they're gonna keep rolling. But the second half, when the injury is gonna start happen, that's when they're gonna start. You got to go against them as far as the spread goes right now. But right there, hot, you got to take it. That's why I took them last week -8. I didn't care because I know they're gonna take it. So take it strike it while iron.
Yeah, they started the year 2-2 last year. They won their last 12 games. So this team is as good as it gets.
But remember, I want you to remember this stat during that maybe when the season 7, probably between week 7 and 10. That's when the Baltimore going to start slowing down. When the opposing team scored 25 points or higher, they are 0-3. That includes the game against Titans, the game against the home loss against Cleveland Browns. So I want you guys to remember that.
Fascinating. What you guys spell out? Go ahead, Big Time.
So let's get back to your boy Lamar Jackson. I think that he's a very talented quarterback for sure. And there's a YouTuber out there that sat there and said, and I do agree with him in this, that we don't know who Lamar Jackson is going to be until his 5th or 6th year, because if he can't run and he has to do more than just run. So we'll see how good his arm will be more accurate within his 6th or 6th year. We'll see who actually Lamar Jackson is. Now, saying that, do you think Lamar Jackson revolutionized the running quarterback?
No, I just think that with him on a very talented team with a very strong offensive line, a very strong running game, and great tight ends and the receivers, okay. That's what I really believe. You have the best kicker in football, and you have a damn good defense backing you up. The question is, can he perform? Because in the first 2 years of his playoff career, he's been exposed. He's like in the NBA and in baseball. He's a great regular season player. Let's see him do it when the money's on the table. He hasn't done it yet.
There was an analyst in ESPN that stated that Lamar Jackson has revolutionized the running quarterback.
I'm not buying it.
I don't know about you, DJ, but I don't see how you could say that with the quarterbacks prior to him, especially
Exactly.
with
I saw the
guys
two
like
quarterbacks Monday and Sunday Night Football. Do exactly what Lamar does. Despite they're 7 and they're 11 and they're 11 and 9-year veterans.
well, even that, like with Michael Vick, you go back to Michael Vick, which I feel he's the one that you've never seen something like that before. But you did have some quarterbacks like Cunningham that had some type of look like that, but Michael Vick was just another animal. And then you had Culpepper and McNabb that you have your Cam Newtons that are big dudes that are 230, 240, 250 that can run a 4.5 or something like that, still pass it with nice touch and run you over like Earl Campbell. So to sit there and say that he revolutionized the running quarterback position, I think that's way reaching, just in my opinion.
I agree with that. And if you want the equivalent of him, who is getting the love, by the way, and a team that you like a lot, you just said 15 minutes ago, all you have to look is no farther than Kyler Murray in Arizona.
Yeah, my brother said the same thing too. He agreed with that. He actually brought that up too. So, well, if they're gonna mention him and say that he revolutionized it, why aren't they bringing up Kyle Murray, or at least saying that he's doing the same thing? So, yeah.
Yeah, facts. I mean, yeah. And I look at Kyler Murray, and I see the same thing. Don't you, my brother?
What'd you say?
I was just talking to a tack man,
Oh, yeah.
DJ. I just said, don't you see the same thing in Kyler Murray? What's up, Iman? I love you, brother. What's up, bro? Murray's really good. Iman Perry said that Michael Vick was a dog, according to tack man. Mace, back at it again. You damn right, Iman. Shit, well, I tell you guys last night. Well, I tell you guys every night. I don't give a damn who's here. You guys want to roll, you get up here. And the big time is the big papa is every night, right? Big time?
I try to do my best, man.
There you go. Yo, I'm calling you by your real name. Okay? What's up, Brandon?
What's going on, brother? What's going on, fellas?
I'm good, man. You do a great job in the fourth quarter, my brother. Congrats.
Oh, man. Appreciate it, man. I love what y'all doing over here, too, man.
I appreciate you. And you tell the beautiful Topaz I said hello.
You know I got you, man.
Okay, bro. Yo,
Hey,
you
shout
can
out to
talk.
my baby. Shout out to my baby mama's favorite DJ up here, too, man.
There you go. Hey, let me ask you a personal question. You get to Hawaii yet? Huh, Brandon?
Man, I wish I was. Shit, I'm out here in
Oh,
St. Louis at work.
Yeah, man, because last time I spoke to you in the chat room, you said your ass is getting ready to go to Hawaii, bro. It's all good, man. You do a great job.
No, I was
Seriously.
just trolling, man. I was just trolling.
It's okay, man. You in the fourth quarter do a hell of a job on Saturday afternoon. Check it out. I believe it's at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central on the Black Manosphere Network.
Yes, sir.
Those
Yes,
5
sir.
people. And I like your logo, man. When you guys in suits, nice. in the all dark, and you guys are standing in the shadows and force both all you guys,
That's all Big Duke.
Big
That's
Duke.
all Big Duke. Yeah, he did
Yeah,
all
bro,
that.
it's nice, bro. There's only one thing missing. The beautiful topaz should be in the middle. That's just a great job you
Yeah, that's a
five
good
do. I
idea.
really
Right,
mean
right.
that,
That's a good
bro.
idea, though.
Yeah, man, you five do a phenomenal job on Saturday afternoons. You keep up the great work, bro. I mean that. Keep it up. Anything you want to add to this convo? You can stay up here as long as you want. You want to talk about some football, some NBA? What's up? Yeah, maybe everybody's muted.
Yeah, what's y'all thoughts on Tom Brady?
All right, go ahead, bro. What do you think of Tom Brady? Bruce Arians ripped him an asshole again yesterday. What's up with that?
Oh, no, I'm listening. I was just asking that question. What's your thoughts on Tom Brady? What you think about him? Is he gonna do good with the Bucks?
Oh, you want my opinion? He's looking shaky right now, bro. And I think with the weapons he has, I think as the season goes on, brother, he'll get better. That's why Bruce Arians is putting that whip on him. You know, I think he'll get better as time goes on. They got a very easy schedule, by the way.
Good point. Good point. But do you think that'll let's just say if he win the Super Bowl, would that just put him as the greatest
The whip.
quarterback of all time?
Do I think he's
If
the
he win
best
that Super
quarterback?
Bowl, will he be the greatest of all time? Well, he
He
already
go-
is to me, but some people don't think so.
If he wins the seventh bowl, yeah, of course. It'll be that's something that no one's gonna break. Whoever's gonna break that, it's not even existing yet. Probably born the year 2040, and I'll
Right,
be off
right,
this earth already.
right.
But
There
if
he
he gets
gone.
the seventh one, bro, yeah, it's just ridiculous if he gets the seventh one, bro. Really would be.
I don't know.
Good point.
Yeah,
Good point.
I agree.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Talk about anything you want. What's up? These guys know what's going on. Go ahead,
I don't.
Brandon.
I'm just a DJ.
Joe Biden.
I'm just a DJ.
Joe Biden, Montana was the greatest QB ever. So for you, it's Joe Montana, huh? Huh, Tackman?
Joe Biden. Joe Biden with the sticky finger.
Iman, put in the chat room.
Dirty
Who you
Joe.
think is the greatest quarterback ever? What about you, Big Time? Big Time?
Don't say Troy Aikman. I'm gonna leave.
Ty
Don't say
Church is
Troy
not
Aikman.
here, bro. Ty Church will tell you
Please don't.
Troy Aikman.
Please don't say Troy Aikman. I will throw my laptop right now out the window.
No, man, that's Ty Church, bro. He'll be here later. Ty Church will tell you Troy Aikman, bro.
No, we all. Yeah, I'm going to church. Somebody say that. I'm going.
Yo, Big Time, you back with us, bro? No, he's taking care of something. Brandon Ells is up here chilling with us. Iman's in the chat room. Yeah, Iman, put in
No,
the chat. Who
yeah,
said that?
I have a question, Mason.
Go ahead.
Okay, Josh Allen, the quarterback from Buffalo, is he
So,
for real or not?
I'm going to find out Sunday, bro, because that's why I said that game is fascinating, because the Rams are good, bro. The Rams are back, bro. It'll be interesting, bro.
I think this season going to determine his worth as a franchise quarterback. This is his. He got to play like his life on the line.
Well, if they beat the Rams, then that's 3-0, bro, against a good football team. You know,
I can
he
see it.
beats
I
the
can see it.
Rams.
I can see it. I can see it. I don't see Sean McVay putting up 3 touchdowns in Buffalo. Even Matt Milano's not playing. Hopefully Edmonds comes back. But oh no, no, he left. There was a defensive tackle he played last year. He was really good, but I know he left during the free agency.
Justin Phillips. He went to Arizona.
Yeah, okay. And there was another guy too that he was really good. Philip. I forgot
Yeah,
what
that's
team he
him,
went
Justin
to.
Phillips.
Yeah, Justin Phillips was a monster in the middle. God. But the
Yeah,
secondary
Miami had
strong.
him.
When it comes to Buffalo, no one giving credit to these safety. Michael Micah Hyde and Poyer. These are the one of the best safety that no one talks about as far as coverage, run assignment, and they're very they ready get blown, especially Micah Hyde. I'm surprised he hasn't been a second team All Pro is that position, but that beats me.
Yeah, I loved him in Green Bay, bro. Brandon
Oh,
Lefty.
of course, I
Oh,
know you did. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, but you know who Green Bay messed it up? They should have kept Casey Hayward, man.
yeah, I agree with that.
I mean,
I
Jair
definitely.
Alexander is a potential, but he doesn't have. He's not technician. He's Casey Hayward's been the top cornerback ever since he left Green Bay, and that tells you something.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that, bro. No doubt. I definitely agree with that. I look at Buffalo right now, and I didn't have the Rams as this good, but they are. Well, it'll be interesting on Sunday, that game, because I think if Buffalo's linebackers do come back, and they should for this game, because this game is that big for them, because every game for Buffalo in the AFC is big. Just like
Hmm.
every game for Seattle, Arizona, and the Rams is big. That's what makes this game intriguing next Sunday. It really does. I mean, not next Sunday, this Sunday. I'm thinking ahead to Seattle, Miami next Sunday. I already told Dolphin Fools, uh, if you win, if they lose this game, I guarantee you they are going to be. They're going to get. Uh, they'll lose next Sunday to Seattle. You
And
know, I mean, there's
I
some
still can't
teams
believe they
that
trade Minka Fitzpatrick.
coach didn't like them, bro.
But you see he turned the whole Pittsburgh the defense intensity. It's like became a led the leagues in sack and one of the top coverage team. Still missed the playoff because they had quarterback issues. That speaks volume. And I don't know why coach trade him. He
Well,
had a great rookie year with Miami.
coach didn't like them. Coach wanted to move them
Well,
around. He looked at the team, said, "These guys suck. I want out." That river.
yeah. Oh man. See, he was supposed to replace Rashad Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, I just look at the Dolphin situation, and they right now they got a lot of growing up to do. They really do.
Byron Jones. Let's see. Let's see. Byron Jones is for real, and what's his name? Xavier Howard. Let's see. Let's say he's not a fluke.
I look at that situation, and I just think Miami's gonna have some issues, man. I think next year should be better for them. I think they need another draft. Um, on offense, I don't like what they
Running
have.
backs, dead running back, because Matt Breeder is not an answer.
Injury, they got damaged goods in all
I like the
their
receivers and
offensive.
tight end, but running back.
Yeah, or Matt
So
Breida. Nah,
I hope, I hope Miami draft Kenneth Gainswell from Memphis, or in the future Jonathan Adams from Arkansas State. That will be a mini Julio Jones with less skill sets.
really?
Yeah,
Tell me
if
about
you
it.
type Jonathan, yeah, you type Jonathan Adams at Arkansas State, you will see his highlight. He is he's unguardable. He- He's less polished than Julio is, but he's a monster.
Fascinating.
Or Kenneth, like I said, Kenneth Gainswell from Memphis, that would fit perfect for the John Gailey's offense. And that would be a perfect running back. He's gonna be like an Urban Kamara with more speed.
Really?
Like he opted out because I don't blame him because he's gonna go NFL. He's not taking on risk.
Yeah, he ain't gonna risk
Eh,
it.
Yeah. Oh, there's another guy, Surratt Wake Forest. That would be a hell of a wide receiver if Dolphins draft him. I'm in love with that receiver. You can line them up everywhere.
Wow. Did you see? I don't. I didn't follow the draft last year as much. I will follow it this. I'll take a look at it a little closer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
take that a little closer. Big time. It's not back yet. I tell you, when
Yeah.
these guys leave, boy, they leave.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, man. So once
mean,
again, I appreciate you letting me hop in and thanks. God bless, man. Appreciate it, man. For this opportunity, man.
I got you, man. Have a good night. Thank you for coming today, this morning, and this evening, bro. I appreciate you. And this afternoon, I appreciate you, my brother. Have a good night.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm still here. I'm just saying I appreciate it. That's all.
Oh, okay, good, good. Stay. Hey, big time, you back, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about what do you think about the draft prospects for this year one coming out at running back and receiver? I'm curious to hear your point.
I don't have too much of a point. I think GJ brought up everything that needed to be said. I think I really need to look at the prospects myself, but he brought up a lot of valid players. So
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it myself too. I'm gonna
I
do
don't
that.
know if y'all got to look at that Miami game, the Louisville Miami game, but that game was good, and um, that quarterback there is something to look at.
Kid from Miami?
Yeah, Miami U.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch him Saturday night against Florida State. I mean, I know Florida
Man.
State's not the same team, but I'm gonna watch him on prime time on ESPN.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if Mike Nobel's gonna play because I heard he had COVID. I- He had Corona, so I don't know the new coach will play with the FSU. He's gonna be an interim coach. I don't know. No one knows.
Wow.
But only thing I can say, FSU have a growing pain to go because they're still trusting a fucking quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. I don't care. Mike Noble is the quarterback whisperer. I don't care. He's not a great quarterback.
A two-run walk-off home run.
Yep. One walk-off home run, the bottom of the ninth, fellas, for the Washington Nationals. They're making a run for it. Yeah, guys,
Oh,
let's get back to stocks, get some excitement.
yes, sir.
Big time. Those dividend stocks. Which one would you invest in right now?
I mean, the name one off the top of my head, Waste Management's good. Even though I got rid of my share, the only reason I got rid of my share was because I needed to distribute my funds in a better way. And like I said before, if I'm only putting it into one share, I'm not really doing my due diligence. I really need to
Oh,
buy at least 5 or 6 shares. The shares go for about, I think, 112 to 115 for Waste Management now, but their dividend stock's pretty good. But it's all about buying more shares to get the amount of dividends that you would get to, possibly, use those funds for just whatever you want to, just extra cash. That takes time too. It just takes time to build the dividends. So
so like a guy like me, for example, I don't go for grand slam stocks. I go for what you would call penny stocks, but I would buy a stock for, let's say, it's $29.99 a share. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
But I want to. I invest for the long haul, not for the short haul. You agree with that?
Yep. Yes.
I as well. Yep.
What about you, Tachman?
That's Yes, sir. That's the one of the reasons I'm holding my Neo to this day, along with my plug power and Michael Company MBR. What was the other one that I took a chance? I bought the Tata motor. It's like a luxury car from India. I bought like 30 shares of those. I think, but that's going to be really a long hold. So I'm expecting to hold it within the next few years. Of course, Zoom is about to hit 500. So of course I'm holding on to my Zoom.
Smart
I'm not
man.
letting it go into. I won't let it go until at least hit 800, or at least 700. Then I'll cash out.
Wow. Smart thinking.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
DJ, what when you're when your stocks are going that high and your investments doing that well and you sell, what are you doing with your funds? Are you reinvesting it, or are you putting it into some type of traditional IRA or 401?
no, no. What I sell, I'm gonna buy more stocks. That's what I've been doing since last October. I'm just because this is my disposable income. This is the money that I'm not gonna use.
Right.
So instead of just letting it stay in the bank, I would let the money grow and just rotate it, keep the cycle going, and it's a slow grind process. So that's my method. So hopefully, so yeah, I'm waiting for least. I hope the Zoom lease goes 700. I'm cash out, buy more stock. Because I'm definitely want to buy at least 2 shares of Boston beer because right now, hopefully it'll go down under 900 because it already gained over $350 within 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I looked up.
But yeah, Boston beer is still growing. It's like a 912 right now. It's going up along with there was another one. Nvidia is still 500. I think it's still going to keep growing. Mm,
Yeah, I looked at
And
the price of that Boston beer, man. Samuel Sam. I'm
mhm.
assuming that's Sam Adams Boston Lager. So, um, man, that stock is way high, man. I just can't see myself. I would be doing the same thing and then being a hypocrite and saying, yeah, I'll go ahead and buy some fractional shares of it, but yet I'm not doing it. I'm not doing anything for me compared to where I can buy more shares of Apple and Microsoft right now, and possibly buy some short-term fractional shares in Tesla, which I think long-term, man, I really think within 5 to 7 years, you could look at
Um,
with 5 to 7 years. I mean, the way I'm adding it in my head, if it falls, you might be looking at about $200,000 to $300,000, depending on how much you put in, how many shares you have. Because I would figure it's probably going to split again if it goes up to about 3 or 4 thousand.
Wow.
I could say, yeah, I could definitely see. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Speaking of that, have you seen an announcement from Tesla, the 1 million miles battery announcement?
They were just talking about it here today. I watched a little bit of it. I just got bored, man. I'll be honest with you. I got a little bored with it, but yeah, I've seen some of the stuff. Yeah.
I I just want to see what brand of the battery because I know they're currently using the company called Blink, which there's a stock. It's like $6-7 right now. Blink
Yeah.
stock.
Yeah, that's the gym.
That,
It's big here in New York. Blink Fitness. I'll let you
yeah,
guys
Blink
rock.
Fitness.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So and and Blink and what about are you familiar with Roosted Motors?
There are a few motor companies out there. I'm not really sure about that one.
Yeah, it's a Roosted Motor is they're trying to compete with the Tesla for the long run, not the short term. There's a site you can go to lucidmotor.com and they have all the details. And I think the stock gonna start off $1.20 from the beginning, but I'm just need more information to see how it goes if it's worth putting in because I think I might gonna wait because it's too early to tell. I don't have enough resource to jump in put my money in. Even if it's $1.20 tempting, but because I'm not familiar, it's an unknown thing, so I'm not gonna touch it until your father notice.
Right, right.
So then there's a one there's a one stock company there's a one stock company called my interest. It's called Linden.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah, the company is not really that old. It's about 2017, and I see the number, the employment is high, so I can tell this company is going to keep growing.
Yeah.
I think like 80,000 employee, and that's actually high for within the 3 years. And I can, yeah, this is definitely a long term hold. It's nearly 75% buy and 4% sell. So a lot of people are holding on to it, and I can see why. Cause this company's not local. It's all over. It's all from Middle East, Europe, South Pacific, Brazil, Canada, Mexico. So that's a huge key point. That means the company is gonna keep growing slowly but surely. So
Yeah.
it seems like a 270s to 238 is not that bad. It was higher than that. So hopefully I'm waiting to at least drop to like 225. Hopefully I hope I can at least buy 3 stocks of those
Yeah. What do you think about
and let it.
what do you think about Oracle and Walmart buying a percentage of
TikTok, right?
percentage of TikTok? So the breakdown
That was
is 12.5 towards Oracle, and then it's like 7.5 towards Walmart. But honestly, man, I'll be honest with you. You hear a lot of stuff, and the news individuals will ask some people, what do you think about this? And, what do you think about Trump doing this? And you have to understand that Trump's a businessman first. And I think this was smart. No matter the whatever type of narrative they try to throw out about all this information they're trying to keep, from anything happening with the presidential debate, or with nothing happening to the votes and voter fraud and stuff like that. I think that's such BS. I truly think that Trump seen an opportunity with a company that was growing, and he took it. And now, instead of us we're always looking at somebody else to help us and not taking advantage. We're taking advantage of these opportunities. And I think that's what Trump's so good at is, business first, and then other things second. So he's always looking to, make money for the, for the United States. Another thing, not throwing politics, I'm not trying to do that, but is that I want to see more companies keep in-house in the United States instead of going, shipping jobs outside the country. It should be something like a 70-30, 70 staying inside the country, and then 30, going outside the country to keep other countries involved and happy or whatever. But our American these companies should stay, within America, because how are we going to build our own wealth if we keep on throwing our wealth outside the country? It makes no sense.
Absolutely. And a little off the topic, but I never understand the slender and disrespect that Trump is getting. And first of all, he's the president of the U.S., so you have to recognize that he's where he stands. And he's not like any other president from the past 12 years. He's not politically correct person. He's a business first individual, always been. And his success and resume speak for itself. So calling him racist and this basic bashing it's mind-boggling, because at the end of the day, this country is the least racist country based on my experience. So if you are speaking racist, you can go ahead, go to Australia, you can go to China, you can go to Korea. You're gonna see a real racist, the hatred. Not in U.S. It's a small percentage.
I've only been outside. I've been in Canada, but that wasn't outside it was outside the United States. Nothing like that though, man. I mean, you're right. I mean, Trump doesn't know how to speak like a politician. I think that's one reason why a lot of people like him is because he doesn't speak like a politician. Plus, you can tell that when he does his presidential when he talks to the public. So you could just tell that he's just not a politician. But and he does. You're right. He when he tweets and all this other stuff, it's an irregular thing to do for a president to do that when you haven't seen that before. But look at the day and age we're in. Sometimes I think you just take a great assault with Trump, and sometimes he needs to shut his mouth. But I mean, honestly, do you really want somebody? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. You really want? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's whatever.
I know what you mean. I mean, I know sometimes he go overboard. That's probably why the people in the United States is not used to that his approach. But he's gonna have to get used to it. But instead of focusing on his approach, you have to focus on what he actually done as a president. He brought more jobs, and he's doing a lot of things here and there. But the media continue to slander him. It's not showing his positive side, because everything has a pros and cons in life. Okay, you buy a car. Yes, Toyota might be one of the most durable car, but it also has a cons, and nothing is perfect. So you're expecting the perfect president, friendly, idolized by everybody. You live in a fantasy land. Okay, I mean, there got too spoiled with Obama, and Obama didn't do much as a president. This is my opinion.
No.
He did,
I like
one thing.
I just like his business ethic is all. It's just I think he's brought that to the president forefront for a president that you haven't seen, and no other presidents had that. But of course they haven't had that. The government's not a good business. They don't do very well with business. They just don't. They don't know. They're not business minded. They're definitely business for themselves, but not business minded for the country itself. So you have a guy that knows business, that knows how to take charge, that knows what's good and what's bad. And I think this TikTok thing has nothing to do with with anything that has to do with the presidential election. It's everything to do with getting his hands on something that will help. And I think didn't he say that it brings in like 40 to 80,000 jobs? Like, that's crazy. I didn't know that, but it was something like that.
Well, and hats off to the president, and I hope he wins. I really do. I really hope the Trump will repeat.
I think I'm more afraid of whatever happens. I don't know how it's going to look with who winning, who's going to win. If Biden wins, with everything that's going on, how does that change the attitude? If Trump wins, how does it change the attitude? Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's more fearful than anything. And then maybe the direction, depending on the direction of who's in office, because you already know the direction of Trump and what he still wants to accomplish. And honestly, if he does get elected, hopefully the other party lets him actually do something, because I don't know. I've just never seen a party like this ever since I've been alive, that to see a party that has been so focused on getting him out of office, but yet they have not done anything for the people that are there asking for them for them to do, for what they want. And then it's like, then when it comes to the point that they finally things slow down, like, what slowed everything down with wanting Trump out of office was this pandemic. And it's funny. And it's like, now what happens? Now the presidential election comes up, and now they're full stride. And it's like, it's wonder if he does win again, are they going to be with him, or are they going to work together? Because bar none, both parties have to work together. If they don't, this separation, it's not going to help the American people. And that's or the individuals that actually need more help than myself. I know that I'm a lot better off than a lot of other people. So it'd just be nice to see them work together, because working separately is not going to get anything done whatsoever. I don't know, man. It's kind of a discouraging. I'm sure it's more discouraging to the people that have issues and problems, and are yeah. I don't know.
Fascinating. Go ahead, DJ.
Oh no, it's not you. I pass the mic to you, Mace.
What about Trump? I'll just say this, and Tackman will agree with this. All I'm gonna say is this, and I keep telling people this: if Kamala Harris wins this shit, uh,
Oof.
uh, brothers in this country is gonna have a hard problem. It's gonna be rough for
Oh,
us, man. At
oh,
least with Trump, things got better.
I
I
think so.
understand where big time is coming from. But you gotta understand something big time. Trump is a businessman. He's about making money. That's why we was talking about stocks tonight.
No, you're right. I mean, he's a businessman first. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, he don't give a damn about politics. He cares about economic growth and economic wealth. And that's what, in my opinion, I understand the politics and things like that. But if you could put money in my pocket, I'm for you, right, Tackman?
yes, sir. MAGA all the way.
Yeah, you put money in my pocket, I'm good.
I'm riding with MAGA, regardless of what it is.
MAGA. Oh shit, MAGA. Oh man,
Riding. I'm riding MAGA Saka.
Makasaka. Oh shit, Makasaka.
MAGA Saka. Fuck him right in the pussy.
Okay. What do you think about Airbnb? You gonna try to get in on that?
Hey,
They
Tackman.
have a stock for that.
The
They have a stock. They have a stock for Airbnb.
IPO is coming out soon. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
actually,
I'm
really?
not sure if they said it might be coming out at the end of the year or whatever. But I tell you what, though, man, if anything, if it comes out like Snowflake did, it's going to be ridiculous. When I was in Weeble and I was looking at comments, people were so mad because it was supposed to be at 128 per share, and I had my thought process going, okay, you're going to buy 2 shares of this son of a bitch, and then what you're going to do is you're going to watch it rise up for probably about 20 to 30 minutes, and once it
Oh,
gets
get
as
up here,
high as
bro.
it does,
Get up here, Lou.
you're gonna sell it because
Yes,
it's gonna
ma'am.
go back down. Just
Get up
make
here.
make some quick bucks. But that's not what happened, man. When it opened up and went to 245, everybody's yelling and screaming, going, "Oh my gosh!" Like, this is just ridiculous. This is stupid, and it is, because we were the last ones to get in on it. I even went to Fidelity Investments, which was my other side of it, and I still couldn't get in on it. It was like it was already trading for 15 minutes, I think, before we were able to get in there and actually trade. So I didn't even trade. I haven't even bought any shares yet, because it's still too high, I think.
That Snowflake kind of remind me of an Overstock stock. I remember it was like 60. The next thing you know, it was 205% gain, and it went to like a 120. Then last month it went down by 37%. So that's about over $46.
Over,
But Overstocks is still have a value, and it's still gonna keep going because they were trying to compete with the other company as such as Wish app. They did well. Definitely they're killing the other competitions during this pandemic. So I can still see them going back to at least 120 range, at least 120, and I'm thinking 150. Depends on the situation for next year's.
where's Overstock right now?
$78 flat. It used to be like 130. It went down $46 like last month, but it's slowly going back again. So
So you said the high was around 140 to 150.
it's like a one. Yeah, it was like a 130. It skyrocketed like then everybody, I know about people who had excited. So I'm pretty sure some sold it. Then last month it just went down the ship. But still $70. The price is reasonable.
I wonder.
I can still see this competition because, like I said, as long as pandemic extend, this stocks will have a potential for the solid gains.
Yeah. I wonder why it went down like that. I know that you have quarterly, quarterly and quarterly revenue and stuff like that, and if you met your goal, but like I know Wayfair is like, man, it's grown like a banshee. I wish I got in on that really quick. And also, it sucks because I I didn't even think about like looking at anything when in around March to invest, and that's when I should have done that. So you always have to be ready to, if something happens, any type of dip, to where, and you're looking at every avenue to have funds ready to go to buy, because if you don't, then you're really not doing your due diligence. So that's something.
Commandante Lou says you can invest on Cash App. You can buy stocks by the dollar instead of per share. Interesting. What you guys think about that?
I just found out from my friend, and he has cryptos and he does stocks on his Cash App. I'm old fashioned, so I don't have Cash App or anything like that. So,
Big time.
So I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that again?
You can invest money by the stocks by the dollar on Cash App.
Cash App is what is it, like a PayPal?
Yes.
Huh.
It's on your phone.
So if you're able to do that, then and you're able to buy the share of whatever stock that you're trying to buy. So how does that work? I mean, you have to have some type of brokerage account, don't you?
Oh, you heard him, Lou. Do you have to have a Berkshire account? Answer that, Lou.
let's see. Chewy. Oh, I have a question for Big Time. What's your opinion on the Chewy stock?
I haven't. Where is it at right now?
It's $54 and 98% gain in 3 months within the year, but 10% gain. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, what's the high and the low so far? 52 weeks.
The lowest is at a high of 52. What's the lowest? I don't have with my phone. I don't have my app with me, but yeah, I don't have my app with me. I can't see it, but yeah, I just want to hear your honest opinion about the Chewy stock.
I mean, you got to think that they're doing something that not too many of the other companies are doing, because everything's deliverable right now, so it's smart. Here's the thing of what all the companies did, and this is the thing that I like about, even though the pandemic, of course it's devastating, but if you look at what a lot of the companies did, they didn't stop and they didn't say, okay, I guess we're dead in the water. They thought strategic and logically about what can we do to earn cash, even if it's small. What can we do better? And that's where, like, your SquareSoft and your technology companies come into play, where they invest and build a e-commerce platform where they didn't have it before, and they didn't stay still. They kept on moving. So that's one thing that that was very impressive about these companies. So because if they left it where it was, you're probably looking at Amazon banking on more bucks. But the e-commerce type of side of things, where you're just boxing things up like they do, depending on what the 52-week high and low was, and when they started, when did they start as a company? How have they grown from the beginning when they started to now? If their growth is continuous, that's what you want to see, right? So I would invest in it depending on if their growth has been continuous. If somehow, some way it's lacked growth, and you see there's a lack of growth and it's just stagnant like an AT&T, because I had AT&T and I let that go. And the reason why is that they do owe, they're behind the ball where they owe quite a bit of money. And they have a dividend stock, I think their dividend is like 21 or 30 or 40 or something like that, 40 cents or 20 cents. But that's a lot. If you think that every person that owns a stock of AT&T, you could actually stop the dividend stock for 2 years, and you wouldn't be in debt. And if you look at their growth, they haven't done anything in the last 5 years. Nothing. They're pretty much stayed exactly the same. And I want to see growth and potential. So I just went ahead and let it go. So as long, like I said, man, I'm sorry.
Lou, I got you, bro. I was gonna say, here we go. Lou says that you could buy Bitcoin on Cash App, and no, it's just a Cash App. It's not just a Cash App. Fascinating. So I know Bitcoin's hot right now, and if you could buy Bitcoin on Cash App, something's going on well.
I know with the cryptocurrencies, there's more than just Bitcoin, and there are a few out there that are actually pretty good, that are much, much lower that you can afford. And I think they have a card that you can put your crypto on that you buy, and then you just keep on adding to it. I can't remember what type of card it is. I think the card kind of looks like a flash drive, and you just put it on this little flash drive, and you have your crypto in there, and it'll tell you how much you actually have. That's pretty cool, actually. But by doing a Cash App, I didn't think of that.
Interesting. What do you think about that, Pac-Man?
Speaking of crypto, I mean, I'm not much of a familiar, but although it caught my interest, there was a coin called Cardano coin. I've been hearing a lot about that coin. As I've been hearing a lot of hype and potential. I think it's only like 13 cents per coin. And there's two more other coin that I've been hearing say they might gonna be a good hold for long term. Is the first one is a Swap Trust coin, and the other one is a U Trust coin. And I know Ethereum is gonna keep growing. For sure, definitely Ethereum is gonna keep growing. They've been a monster lately. So hopefully I get more resource for this crypto thing, because I do have an interest in put a little bit of money and see how it goes. I do want a quick experiment and see how it goes. I'm not trying to put all in one basket, but have a little disposable income and see how it goes. While investing and I'm learning, because right now I don't have much resource, so I gotta get down to it.
Interesting. Go ahead, Big Time.
So DJ, you mess with your penny stocks, and you pretty much you look for those type of investments to where you can make a big chunk fairly quick, and then you'll, depending on what you're looking for, if long term, you'll add that investment that you made and you put it into something else, you'll roll it over to something else, and you continuously have that growth. So do you have like a brokerage account, like a 401k as well, or?
Actually, that I don't have, to be honest.
All right, Lou, welcome to the panel, buddy. Good evening, bro. Welcome back. What's up, Lou?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Lou.
All right, excellent. Yeah, no, the Cash App, it's very popular for donations and stuff, but it does have a brokerage account. You can do it without actually having to pay like fees or anything like that. I don't know how they make their money on the back end. But yeah, you can buy stocks by the dollar. You can get some Tesla. You don't have to drop like $1,500 to get it.
But hold on, I do got a question for the Big Time.
So then you're talking about fractional shares, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, sir. But I do have a question. I had a question that I missed earlier. I wanted to ask you too. What's the what is the main difference between IRA and 401k?
Yeah, I'm not an expert in that. I know IRA is an individual account. 401k is typically company sponsored. So if you work for a like a company, they can offer that, and it's a federal program. It came out in the I want to say it was the late 70s, early 80s. After like pensions was a big thing back in the day, and then over time, like they realized that this is not sustainable. And it went from a company sponsored deal to like, hey, you work 30 years for a company and now you're good for life, to, hey, we can't, like General Motors, right? They call like the big auto companies. You can't support that. You can't have somebody, AT&T, you can't have somebody working there for 30 years and then pay them for the next 30 or 40 years. We can't absorb that kind of fucking cost. You know what I mean? So they said like, hey, instead of a company sponsored plan, it's on individual contribution. So like you're saving up for your own retirement.
Yeah, facts.
Okay. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Just my limited knowledge from my experience. I bring up the Cash App just because in this space it's a big thing, but it offers a little bit more. I was actually turned on to it from Joe Rogan when they give you like $1 off a cup of coffee. They have boosts and stuff. And like the big one that I told to my people when I was, I had some reports in my company. I was like, hey, they offer 10% off of groceries, and goddamn, don't you buy groceries every day? You know what I mean? Or like every week or whatever. And they're going to offer you 10% off just for using their card. And yes, you can. They give you like the card is free. You get a PIN, and you can choose what kind of discounts you want. It's all part of the game. Every institution is going to offer their own discounts, but for that one, for the people that I knew, the people that worked under me, that was something I offered to them. It's like, hey, check it out, see what it does. It works for me. Every time I go to the grocery store, it gives me 10% off, and at a minimum, it covers the taxes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Plus, you can do like the investments. If you want to buy a stock, you don't have to buy, one share of Tesla at $2,000 or what, now it's like what, 400 or 500, 600, who knows? I buy $10 every couple of weeks. You know what I mean? I do it on a recurrent thing. I buy $10 at a crack, and it's fairly easy. I don't have to drop $500 to have any type of stake in that company, or not even a stake, but just to get a benefit off of the upswing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, you don't have to agree with it. It's like just check it out. Look at the Cash App. They have like stocks and you like got Bitcoin. I'm not into all that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna lie. I buy Bitcoin. I don't know about Ethereum and all the other cryptocurrencies that are out there. I'm definitely not a I don't even know how it all works. You know what I mean? But for me, it's like $10 here and there. It can't hurt. Better than not having access, is my opinion.
True.
Hey, Mace, how do I sound?
You sound great tonight, brother.
I sound goddamn good with this NT-USB. Shout out to DJ Kuda.
Nice.
I got the new mic right here. You probably heard a fan in the background.
Kuda comes through again, bro.
Comes through always. It's a condenser mic, so it's going to pick up everything.
Kuda
but it picks up my voice mad loud. I don't have to scream. Respect the third ward. I used my third ward strong voice when I came on your show the first time, but
yeah,
now I'm doing it with the DJ Kuda knowledge, and I got the mic, so it's all good.
Lou, you sound perfect tonight, bro. Congratulations, bro. That's why I love you so much. That's why we all rock together. Me, you, big time. Tac Man. We're a big family, bro. But the family's not here tonight for some strange reason. Go ahead, guys. Keep talking about the investments, man. I'm fascinated by this conversation for 4 hours. Go ahead, continue.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk real quick. That's why I'm big onto the Cash App, because to me the Cash App is the that's the way into it for the for the people, for lack of a better term. It's an easy way to get it. You don't have to drop $20 a trade, 50. I used to rock E-Trade back in the day and stuff, and you had to pay for every transaction, and the Cash App lets you just do it on your phone, easy, no fees, anything. You can do it on a recurring basis. You can buy fractional shares, and so you don't have to pay all these crazy fees to just to get into it. If you're just interested and you want to like try it out and play around with it, it's an available platform that allows you to try that out.
So, Lou, what is it called again?
Cash App.
So,
Yo, Ism, get in here, bro.
So,
Send you the link.
you were part of E-Trade before.
Ism will be here in a minute.
I know, like
Ism popping you up, man.
I know, like
What's up, player?
E-Trade and Fidelity Investments, and of course, I'm pretty sure all the other ones like Webull and Robinhood.
Drop the link for you. Pop on up, boy.
They don't have. You don't have to pay. There's no fee anymore, basically. So I'm just trying to understand what type of company it is. Is it like a Robinhood? Is it like a Webull? Is it like a Fidelity? Do you have a brokerage account? I'm trying to figure out, because if you're buying shares of stock, you have to have some type of brokerage account inside of that app, right?
It's part of the app. Actually, it's owned by Jack Dorsey of Twitter. So, whether you like that platform or not, it's Twitter. It's Square, like the Square app. I know years ago, you could get you could tell them like, hey, I want to get like this little joint you plug into your phone, and you could swipe people's credit cards. You know what I mean? And you can get money off of that, and that's the same. It's the same joint. It's Square. It's Twitter. It's and they came out with the Cash App, and they allow you to buy stocks for individual dollars. On a recurring basis, I think the minimum is $10. But you could buy, if you want to buy like $1 of whatever company you're into, you can do that, and there's not an additional fee that I'm aware of. They might adjust the stock price. You know what I mean? By a fraction. I don't know how it exactly works, but I haven't bought $10 of a stock and I haven't seen a $10 charge to buy it. You know what I mean?
No, not
if
anymore.
I buy $10, I get $10.
Yeah, not anymore. They dropped that. They I think when either Robinhood when they came out, and I think E-Trade, they changed that up to where the bigger companies like Fidelity and Charles Schwab, all of them were losing tons of money by charging for each trade or whatever. So that became that was like a dinosaur after that. So yeah, there's no penalty or no type of fee for it anymore. They basically get your money by you coming in and investing in investing within their company and getting professional their opinion about what you're going for, what you're trying to what your goal is. So yeah.
Yeah, in respect to that, and if like a lot of these companies, like they're not charging for that anymore. I've obviously been out of it for a while, so I didn't see that. But that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like why should they? The reason I like the Cash App is because it's easily accessible, and you can get it kind of right away, and at the fractional amount. You don't have to buy one entire share.
Right.
Hey, so on your side. Have you seen that where like Charles Schwab and Fidelity, they're allowing fractional purchases?
Yeah, we were into that earlier.
Dusty, bro.
We were talking about that with DJ, and so with the way I'm doing mine right now, I revamped how I'm doing things because I actually bought fractional shares of like Tesla, Booking.com, Shopify. And a few others in Amazon. But the only problem I found was when I bought a few fractional shares was I was spreading my money around too much to where I wasn't actually benefiting from any type of growth. So I had to I revamped and I got rid of all my fractional shares. And since you've seen Microsoft boosting up and then Apple when they split and then Tesla when they split, I'm trying to keep it more so with 3 or 4 different type of companies and trying to focus on that. And then with Webull, that's my Fidelity account. And then with Webull, I'm trying to just, be more contingent
Oh, Anthem, get up
in
here.
looking at with more growth funds, so I can mess around a little bit, be more crazy, just a little bit more crazy. But if I'm going to go with a fractional share, then I'm going to be going where I could buy Apple a little bit quicker than I would with Amazon at $3,500. I just don't.
Yo, what's up, bro?
If I'm doing my due diligence by doing that,
I'm good, man. Here at lunchtime at the plantation, what I'm saying? Had to come fuck with the OG one time.
Yeah, bro. How you doing, man? Ism's in here tonight, bro.
What's up with Players Jack?
Everybody's talking about Bitcoin, bro. We've been doing investment all night tonight, bro. That's all we've been talking about for 4.5 hours, bro. Investments.
This is my thing about Bitcoin. Wasn't there supposed to be only if Bitcoin mining into a specific amount was created and then mining would stop? People keep mining. There's a lot more mined than what people said it would be, and I don't know, man. I don't know the fundamentals enough to be able to give an intelligent opinion about it. It's just something about it that I don't see the value or where the value comes from or what it's backed by.
So with crypto, it's just crypto. I mean, there's the backing is the people itself. So the people that believe in it, that's what's backing it. So anytime that if the people don't believe in it and they start saying, okay, this is not what they thought it would be, then it'll go down. It'll go down like a sinking ship. But right now, people believe in that cryptocurrency right now.
Yes, they do.
So if that's the case, then what makes it better than fiat?
I'm not saying it does or it doesn't, but it's what the people want. It's what the people think. I mean, I think, Lou might be able to put a little bit more emphasis into it, but with the crypto part of it, it's all about what the people want and what the people see, and they like it. And there's tons of people out there putting in tons of money in the crypto world. So they think it's going to change everything. They think the dollar's going to drop and it's going to fold, and they're expecting it to fold. So one or two things are going to happen. One of them is going to fold, and if everyone folds, somebody's going to be right.
Dollar ain't gonna fold, and I'm gonna tell you why.
The faith that's put behind it, just like our dollar in this country in America, and we've had that for a long time with the like the petrodollar, right? Like a lot of it was based on oil.
Yeah.
And a lot of that to me, like in my mind, like that's kind of in the background, but it's like, what does it mean to you every day? Like if somebody hands you a dollar bill, you can turn around and throw a nickel or a dime on top of it, and then you can buy something. And that's exactly what it is. So like to me, Bitcoin, even like the Federal Reserve, there's some preliminary talks about, having a cryptocurrency that's backed by the U.S. government. Am I for that? I don't know, not necessarily. I don't trust them, but if they're going to put it out there, to me, it's no different than Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these other cryptocurrencies, and it's nothing different, absolutely, than the U.S. dollar.
So, I mean, the reason why I don't think the dollar's going to fail is because the countries that use the dollar to buy this stuff, we provide them security, and the proximity of our military is a deterrent from people to stop using our dollar is a deterrent from people to stop using our dollars to purchase goods and services.
Yeah, true. I agree with that 100%.
And that's why I think the dollar's not going to fail. I think they will QE into oblivion.
I mean, we've had that. I mean, I remember when I was in the military, like 20 years ago, that's when, we first started these continuing resolutions and stuff. And like, we haven't had like a fucking budget in over a decade. You know what I mean? Like there hasn't actually been a no shit fucking past budget. It's been continuing resolutions. We've had multiple government shutdowns, and guess what? We're all still here. We're all still keeping it moving. Everybody's making their money. They're spending their currency. They're buying the things they want to buy. And it hasn't really, affected us in my mind on a fundamental level.
I think, in my opinion, on a fundamental level, I'm somewhat of a constitutionalist, and ever allowed constitutionally to print money. We were allowed to coin it, and I think that would have prevented inflation. And but also the problem with the gold standard is that you can't really manipulate it and loan it out and charge interest for it the same way you could with a fiat. And um, I think that um, I'm more about the bullion. Like right now, I'm really heavy on precious metals and bullion, in particular silver. Right now, it's like sitting at like $26.
Yep.
And if silver is traditionally or gold is traditionally 15 times more than silver, that means it should really be around $300, $400, $500, and it well no, 300 around $250, $300, and that means it's severely undervalued. And I don't want futures; I want the actual bullion.
Yeah, I kind of wish Surism would get up here because, my question is, it's like, what's your angle? You know what I mean? Like, what are you trying to get out of it? And, just because I did the precious metals thing for like a short minute, and it's nice and it sounds good. And I absolutely agree with the fundamentals. But like, what are the fundamentals when ultimately the consumer and the end user and the person that's using the currency, like me and you and everybody, like we all determine the value. We determine like, hey, this is what I want to pay for this. I think this is worth like $20, and somebody else says like, you're fucking crazy. That's only worth like $3. It's like, but I'll give you $20 right now for it. And at that point, at that moment in time, that's when value is actually determined. And so all the other arguments in my mind, they kind of go out the window.
Well, I can only speak for with my granddad's experience with it. My granddad, he owned a ranch before he passed away, and the land is still in the family. But the reason why we don't have to pay property taxes is because, one, he's not connected to the city lines or anything like that. The Melorusas, where he's at, ended over 50 years ago. And he paid for it using precious metals because a fiat isn't a payment, it's a promise to pay. So when you paid the house off and you get the deed, you're actually listed on the deed as a tenant. When you pay a house off, anybody who's paid a house off knows when you get the deed, you're listed as a tenant because you paid it with fiat, and fiat is not a payment, it's a promise to pay. Yes. So when he paid it with precious metals, he actually got the quitclaim deed from the bank.
And you're in California, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my understanding, my uncle lives out there. And, when you buy that property, your property taxes are kind of locked in time. It's like, if my uncle bought his crib in like 1970, whatever, 1980. And so he bought it for like 20 grand or 30 grand or whatever it was. And it's like a, $800,000 property now, but he's paying taxes on $20,000. And you come to a place like Texas, and it's reevaluated constantly. You know what I mean? And like you pay what it is. And when I was out there in the military, I was out in San Diego for a minute. I met a lot of people like out in like the bars and out in the town and stuff. And young kids, at that point, my age, just getting out of high school and stuff, and they realized like, I can't build a future here. I got to leave. I got to go somewhere else. I'm never going to be able to afford to live out in the state that I grew up in.
See, my granddad, he has what's called a allodial title because he bought it back in the 40s. And a allodial title, you're the king of the castle. There is no taxes because he's not collected to any city lines. He's not connected to any utilities or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And a allodial title, it's nice because you don't have to pay taxes, but the downside is you can't encumber it in any way.
What does that mean?
Like you can't put a mortgage out on it or anything like that, and you can't sell it. You can only will it away.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it works a little different out here. I can't speak for other states, but seeing the way that transaction worked for him, and it really made me believe that there is a difference in law and in the application of it when you actually pay for something with precious metals as opposed to fiat currency.
Yeah, and to me, like that speaks a lot to like a lot of the conversations we hear in this space are about generational wealth, right? And to me, that speaks directly to that. That's a case where you can actually have generational wealth. You can pass it on. It's like you can't put a debt on top of it. You can't put a lien on it. You pass that on to your family.
Like really, and I'm, to be honest, I'm blessed to to be related to that man. He was a very great man for the life he lived and what he built. Not being able to read or write or anything like that, the things he was able to do, I'm just completely in awe. Um, from what I heard, he actually had to buy that land 3 different times. Dealing with Mr. Gilmo.
Who's that?
Oh, that's my word for them people.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Gilmo. Well, that was his word for it, and I just brought it to this generation, Mr. Gilmo. It's like being on code. Instead of saying anything that can get my man Mace's channel flagged, you can just call him Mr. Gilmo.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. I think I got you.
And and then another thing is, if you actually have access to precious metals, I mean, because right now it's sitting at 26, I'm probably going to pay a $2 or $3 spot price. So if you can actually hoard that as much as you can, let's say the market does crash like everybody thinks it is in the next 6 to 12 months, that $26 coin is going to be 260, maybe 560.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I did the, again, I did the precious metals thing about 10 years ago, and I'm not going to say I lost. I mean, I think I'm not going to say I broke even. It kind of ended up on the upside, especially when you get into like 2011, 12, early 13 when silver was at like $50 an ounce. You know what I mean?
Well, I bought 400 ounces of silver back in 2013 in California, man. It was only going for like $18, $19 an ounce, and I went and bought 400 troy ounces.
Oh, okay, goddamn. Okay, well then maybe I'm a year off or two, but there was a point where kind of peaked at like $50 an ounce, 48, something like that. You know what I mean? And it was good, and it hasn't really gotten close. I mean, like you said, it's at like 26, 27 an ounce right now. But
QE. That's why you got to be thankful for QE, man. QE is the reason why it stayed down artificially so long.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and it is what it is, and that's why I go. That's why I like listening to Ramil, because he's always talking about starting your own business and doing your own thing. Because when you see all these things and you see them happen, and you see how QE affects like the price of commodities and stuff like that. To me, it brought a little bit of perspective in terms of you got to do this for yourself. Yet you have to create your own reality. You know what I mean? You have to create your own wealth. Like the wealth isn't there. There is no constant. I mean, inflation is something that we've been dealing with for a long time. And not we, it's been since the Federal Reserve Act, right? Since that act was passed, we're dealing with inflation. We're dealing with the devaluation of our currency. Grandpappy can tell you about how bread was, 5 cents a loaf, but right now, it's $1 for Wonder Bread, and it sucks. You know what I mean? And it's just a reality we got to deal with.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I mean, that's what it is. So, I like the precious metals. Like, do I want to believe in it? I absolutely do. I want to believe that there is like a fixed currency. There is a fixed thing that, and when I say that, I say all that to say that I want to believe that something has intrinsic value, but at the same time, I recognize that, value is something that we all individually give. We give the value to something. So when you pay, $200 for this or $100 for that, or whatever the case is, you're willing to pay that price, and you have at that point in time very specifically determined that value, and you said, this is what I want to pay for it.
My granddad called precious metals, he called it God's money. That was the way he referred to it. Because you can't make any more of it. You can't inflate it.
Yeah, there's only so much.
And I like I said, that's why when it comes to precious metals, like I mean, I have an opinion about it, but it's probably not a very intelligent one because I don't know the fundamentals of how it works.
Hey, me neither, man. I'm as ignorant as the next guy. I just try to, I kind of try to adjust when I see things change. And, you know, I've made some mistakes here. I've made a lot of mistakes, you know, here and there. And, you know, what am I going to do going forward? Am I going to buy like, you know, whatever, 1,000 ounces of silver? Maybe not, you know. Do I recognize that it has value? Yes. You know, a lot of precious metals do, be it gold, silver, nickel, you know, all that stuff. But, you know, going into the future, you know, some of it's going to be technology, and that's going to change the entire landscape of how we look at things. You know, we're not going to necessarily be, you know, stuck on like a paper currency or a precious metal currency. It's, you know, I think the future is going to be a little bit different in terms of that. And what we value as currency is going to be more in terms of, you know, what we see and what we're willing to pay, and the medium, you know, and that's what currency is, right? It's a medium. It's a means to an end. That's where like the whole, like the high value conversations kind of, they kind of lose me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not, you know,
how do you place that value? You know what I mean? Where does it come from? How do you define it?
well, who determines it?
Exactly. And the
You know,
individual does. The individual consumer does. The individual
know.
spender, the person who's utilizing that currency to buy whatever. You know, like you got a ranch, you know, you might buy like a bale of hay for X amount of whatever. And to you, that's worth it. To me, like, what am I going to use that for? So that's worth zero of anything to me. For you, you know, maybe that feeds your cattle.
bale of hay, a ton of hay is about $134.
$134 is a lot of beer and whiskey for me, brother. I'll tell you that right now.
And for me, I'd rather. And don't get me wrong, I love beer. You know what I'm saying? And tequila. You know, them motherfuckers run through that shit, boy. I tell you. I mean, I could probably go through a half a ton of hay in about a week.
Yeah, and I've seen it around here. I mean, we got a, you know, I'm in Texas. You know, we got some farms south of me, and you see these starving horses, and I'm like, oh, good Lord. You know, and I worked with a guy.
A lot of the hay, the problem with hay lately is that people have been growing it, and for some reason, a lot of it hasn't been having any nutrients. So they've been feeding the horses, but the hay doesn't have any nutrients, so they're starving anyway.
Yeah, and that goes into a whole nother conversation about like the soil and the nutrients and how are you fertilizing it and what are you feeding it with, you know?
Well, I actually have a secret to how people can preserve the land and not make the land stink. Like for example, there's a lot more land than this, but there's specifically 20 acres for each type of animal, and then there's more that is being unused. But like for example, let's say you have 20 acres and you divide it into half-acre paddocks, right? Let's say you're doing, I don't know, cows. Cows, you got to move them every day. But let's say you're doing pigs, right? You move the pigs to a different paddock, let's say every 5 to 8 or 9 days, depending on how much disturbance is on the land. So you leave them in one paddock for maybe 5 to 7 days. They disturb the land enough, you move it, and then it lays at rest until they circle through all the paddocks. And then take about 6 weeks to circle through the paddocks. And by the time you get back to the first paddock, you know what I'm saying, the land will be improved. None of the land will stink. And really, it's a science to knowing how long to leave them in each paddock, because if you leave them there too long, it'll be wallows, and if you don't leave them there long enough, there'll be brambles.
Yeah, I respect that. I do that on a much smaller scale. I got a couple chickens, you know what I mean? So I have a couple paddocks for them, and I try to rotate them through. And I can definitely see that, like that they'll tear through. I got like, I'm small time. I got like 15 by 15 little paddocks, you know what I mean? And they'll tear through that shit in 2 days. They will eat up everything that I grew up. It take me 3 weeks to grow it, and they will tear it up in 3 days, and that's it. You know what I mean?
The good thing about chickens is that their droppings is like really good for the fucking grass.
They're good to fertilize the grass.
Oh yeah. The cool thing about, excuse me, y'all, I'm eating, but the cool thing about chickens is like back in the day, there were no garbage disposals. The chickens were your garbage disposals. So you're able to cut out the middleman. You give the chickens your leftovers, and they give you eggs.
Yeah, I'll feed chicken to my chickens. They eat anything. They will literally step in their own shit and eat feed that's right next to it or on top of it. Like they give no fucks.
Nice.
Anybody need to know anything about farm shit, man? Let me know, cause like I know some people that's starting off with some ranching and stuff, and they really don't have the knowledge, and that I was able to be blessed enough to be able to give them some advice on what to invest in, and just kind of how to do the day to day. Like if you're doing cows, you have to move paddocks every day. Can't be lazy with cows.
So how much? So Dusty, how much do you charge for your knowledge, man?
I don't.
Well, that's something to think about. I'm just saying, like, you should, because it's there for a reason. So that's something to invest in yourself, because we have to invest in ourselves.
I don't. To be honest, my name is Dusty, but I'm good, bro. Like I don't need nothing. I want to see black people become successful and learn how to work the land like our grandparents and great grandparents did. And that's what I get out of it. That's my payment. I want to see, people actually, better the land, instead of fucking it up.
Right.
No respect to that, Dusty. I mean, that's something that's severely lacking, all over the place. Individuals that want to come through and just give knowledge, about that, and not necessarily for free, but just put it out there. This is how you do it, and it's something that a lot of people take for granted. What's out there and like what people know, and some people just don't know how to do it. And if you provide that information, there's somebody out there listening that's thinking about, hey, I can do this now because Dusty dropped that knowledge.
I was talking to Platinum Elite, man, and he was telling me I needed to, because I when I was talking to him, he had called me, and he was telling me about how I need to do a channel because I had just had a colt born about a month ago. And he was telling me I need to do a channel for the colt, just watch the colt grow up and all that stuff, and I did it. And it's crazy because the channel's really like doing this thing, man. It hit like the trending tab and all that good stuff. And he, and it just gave me an idea, like, these are things that people really want to know, especially black people. And when people see like a black dude wearing shit kickers or whatever, like, it's encouraging to know that, oh shit, it is black people that own land. It is black people that know how to do this. It is black people that know how to do that. And, it gives me inspiration to know that, I actually have something that people, find value in.
Absolutely. You're showing them that it's possible, right? That it can be done and that it can be done successfully. That's awesome.
It ain't just some big boy named Billy in Iowa or nothing like that,
I hear you guys, man. Keep on rocking.
Like it ain't just, because like, I get on here and a lot of times, a lot of our conversations don't really talk about things like investment or land and stuff like that. We talk about the stuff that we come to this space for, and I love those conversations. But at the same time, it's also good to show people that we have depth of character. That ain't just what we about.
That's what I told you guys earlier tonight, bro, and I told you guys this morning and this afternoon. There's more to me than just the balls and strikes, fellas. I mean, we've been talking investments all evening long. I haven't flinched. I haven't budged a bit, bro. I just let you guys rock, and I put in my 2 cents.
Right now, as far as my investments, I'm heavy on index funds that track the S&P, because I mean, year over year, they average about 6 to 8% increases, but lately it's been more like 15%. And so I just go to index funds that track the S&P. I don't like the NASDAQ because it's a little bit more volatile, but that's been working for me. And it's, for me, it was either that or real estate. And I like being able just to push a button and not necessarily have to worry about it.
I hear you, bro.
What do you mean by push a button?
Like when you buy the S&P, all you doing is pushing a button. You don't have to get appraisals and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you know that you can get into ETFs and index funds that evolve around just like real estate, like Realty, that evolve
I,
around just real estate.
well,
So
well, me,
yeah,
I'm kind of a hands-on type of dude. I'm not, I want the actual land. I don't want the note. I want the land.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I mean, because with the land, you can do a lot of things when you own land. You know what I'm saying? And you get instant credibility in most places when you own big land, bro. Facts.
Hey, yo, fellas, I gotta check back into the plantation, man. But if you guys still on when I'm off, man, I'm gonna go ahead and tap on in with you.
What time you off?
It
Your
shouldn't be too
time.
long. Maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half at the most.
I'll be out, bro. Yo, 5. Dude, come up tomorrow at 9 o'clock your time, bro. I'll still be rocking tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. All right,
Yeah.
man. I'll tap in with you. Well, shit, I might not get off till way later than that. But if you still on when I'm off, man, I'll tap in with you.
I love you, bro. Have a good night. Kiss the wife and the baby for me, bro.
Yeah,
Girlfriend.
All
respect
right,
to you,
big dog.
Dusty. Good talking with you.
Hey, she ain't my wife, man, but
I said your girlfriend, bro. I
keep on
corrected
saying
myself.
that.
I corrected myself, bro.
All right, big dog. Take it easy.
I love you, bro. Good night. What a great guy that guy is. Gail Pitt Church, what a great guy you guys are. I'm telling you, all you guys. All you guys, man.
Yeah, so big time, like on that real estate side, like I joined a group, and like one of the sayings from the guy who headed it up was that yeah, and it was repeated. It's like, put all your eggs in one basket and guard it with your life. And that's the deal. It's like find a specialty, find something that you're interested, something you're passionate about, and do it. And I kind of mix that with a couple other things. One of them is like Ramil. Don't get attached to your streams of income.
yeah.
Which I think is really I appreciate that wisdom from him. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of ways to make money, to be successful in this world, and it doesn't necessarily, especially as a man, it doesn't have to be something that you're intense about. It's just something that you recognize that it works, and you understand it, and you use it to your advantage.
No, I totally agree with you. I mean, there's always other avenues. That was just something I thought of just because, a lot of people don't want to get their hands dirty like Dusty does. So, it would be nice to own some land for sure. I would like to own my own land at some point in time, but if I can get my hands on some index or ETFs or there's a couple other ones out there that actually you can own the land and not worry about any of the issues or problems. So you're kind of like one of those, land holders in a sense. Just, you don't have to worry about the tenants or the cleanup. It's already been done for you. So, I mean, and also again, with what Dusty was saying, I was just sitting there saying, when you're trying to invest in yourself, I believe that I don't know who if I just think when you're trying to invest in yourself, there's a don't let it go, because you can do something that can benefit others. So if you don't want to even make money for yourself, then you can use that money to benefit others, and do some seminars and stuff like that, and use those funds for seminars. Same way as if he just said he was using it for YouTube and doing some YouTube stuff, which is all those funds go to people learning. So it like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to use the money for for yourself. You can use it for other people, and I totally agree with that. So yeah, I just it's all about investing in yourself for, like you said earlier, for growth. And that's what you're wanting. You want to keep on growing. You don't want to stay. You don't want to have that. You don't want to. You don't want to get. You don't want to be. You don't want to be still. You want to make sure you're continuously developing and growing. So, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I had a conversation with somebody earlier today, and a lot of it's about like how you respect yourself. You know what I mean? And to Dusty's point, you know, he did a video about a calf being born and this and that. And, you know, a lot of people, like, they haven't seen that before. They don't know what goes into that. They, you know, it's not a common experience that they get to see on a daily basis or even ever. You know what I mean? And he gets to bring that to them and show them, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is my world here, and this is how it works. And, you know, knowledge is I'll go with Kuda, like when he says that you know, game is, you know, it's uncommon knowledge, and how do you determine if it's uncommon or not? You know what I mean? And for a lot of cats, if you don't actually, you know, have that introspection and look at yourself and say, hey, this is what I know and this is what I don't know, you don't really know if it's uncommon, you know. And the uncommon knowledge is just something that a brother wants to share. You know, they want to give you a little window into their life and their experience. And if he's got that heart that he wants to share that with everybody, then that's great. And, you know, and people get to experience that. And that's a beautiful thing.
No, I agree. I don't know if you know who Dave Ramsey is, but, you know, the whole thing about him sitting there stating is that, you know, make sure you invest in yourself. Make sure that, you know, stop paying everybody else, start paying yourself back. I think that's pretty much where I was going with that in general. So if there's chances to pay yourself back while you're helping other people, which that's what they do as well too, they help invest and you help invest in yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, I agree. But if you never, I don't know if you ever heard of Dave Ramsey, which I would think you have, if you seem like you know, you understand what you're talking about. So I would think that you have heard about Dave Ramsey before.
I have heard of him. There was a there was a napkin holder I saw, like when I used to go on vacation out to the Amish country in Pennsylvania, and it had a German saying on it, but you know, it was translated into English, and it said that you know, God helps those who help themselves, and to me that's a big thing. It's like you got to take that first step, you know, and like when you're willing to your point, invest in yourself and make yourself better, you know, once you do that, now you are able to help other people. Now you're able to bring them up. Now you're able to show them a better way. But you got to start with yourself, 100%, absolutely ground floor.
Stop paying the man, start paying yourself. So everybody's in debt so much by, you know, paying car payments and other things that they don't need to be worrying about. And they're really not investing in themselves, or they're paying somebody else. And you get tired of paying everybody else. You want to pay yourself, right? So, you know,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I heard Kuda did his second shift today, and he brought up a point that I heard in my real estate class. It was the first time I heard it, and it's you know, like when you're broke, you find ways to buy the things that you want, and that was one of like the first lessons that was brought out. Yeah. You know, all your tenants, they know who they want to pay. The question is, are they going to pay you? You know what I mean? And you know, and to your point, you know, what is your choice? Are you going to pay yourself first? Or are you going to pay the next man? Are you going to pay your cell phone bill? Are you going to pay for this, that, and the third? Or are you going to pay yourself, and are you going to invest in yourself and make sure that you have a better future? Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's a hard truth. And a lot of cats don't like to look at themselves and say that maybe I made a mistake here. But, you know, really, they haven't paid themselves. They haven't invested in themselves. And that's why, you know, that's why we're where we're at, because we're not paying ourselves. We're not investing in ourselves. We're waiting for somebody else to make it better. And how well has that worked out? It hasn't. Spoiler alert.
I just want to, and I think the big thing is that we keep on making the same mistakes. Everybody makes the same mistake. Oh, I mean, okay. So, you know, if you continuously making the same mistake, nothing's going to change. You just got to find a way to get out of that, you know, to get out of that repetition and stop making the same mistake over and over again. It's hard to do that though, too, especially if you're used to it. It's just, it's a lot of due diligence on your part to sit there and say, okay, enough is enough. Where am I going wrong? Sit back and figure it out, because nobody else is going to do it for you, right? You got to do it for yourself. But,
Facts.
Absolutely, and that's why I give a lot of respect to Mace for putting this channel together and allowing everybody to have have their space and speak their thoughts, and it allows individuals to get these ideas out. And you have somebody on like Dusty who wants to explain how to raise a calf.
Yeah.
And some people might look at hear that and say like, why do I want to know that? But then there's a whole another group of people that are like, wow, that's crazy. I never even thought of that. That's an option. That's something I can do. And he's who knows how many eyes he's opened up to that path.
Let me say something to Big Time. Big Time, I think I made up to you tonight, your airtime. You think?
Oh, make sure everybody you have here is cool. I hope I'm not like interrupting anything when I
No,
come in.
man,
Dude,
you're with me every night. You're the biggest part of the family, bro. Don't you ever forget that, bro.
But you all, the only place I found that I feel comfortable, because everywhere else, whether if you want to try to get on, you have to be a patron to, get on the type of panel.
Okay, you could keep talking about that. Go ahead, keep rolling with that.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like,
You're right about that. That's why I'm not there.
Sometimes it's nice to get on and just chit chat with everybody, or even like I said, I don't have to talk. I can listen and learn, and I'm not trying to sit here and listen to secrets. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn about myself and learn about what am I doing wrong in my life and what can I do better. And you can find that sometime. You can find it. So
I think what Lou has added tonight was awesome. I mean, Lou just came in here like gangbusters, started talking about stocks and investments. I think Dusty's been a phenom, bro. The last few nights he's been up here, bro. It's like he made it his home away from home, bro. And I love Dusty too. Dusty's terrific. I love all you guys, man. Whoever comes in, Ty Church is a loyal guy. You're loyal. Lou's loyal.
Mace, you're killing it, man. You got a good show. You're doing your theme. I totally dig the sports, all day, the whole show. It's and cats have mentioned it. It's something that's really missing. You know what I mean? And honestly, if you ever start doing a play-by-play, I'm happy. Like, I have your stream on playing while I'm watching the game on mute, because I really don't care what you have to say. So,
man, I can do it, bro. I can do it if you guys want me to, bro.
You didn't start this out half-assed. You went all in every day. When did you took a day off, like last weekend?
Last Monday.
That's crazy.
Nothing's happening, so I said, let me take a day off. I get 7 straight days. This week I did. So far, I've done 8 straight days. So
yeah, man, that's good stuff. I mean, you're dedicated to this. Like you're all in on the live streaming, man. It's good, and it's a lot of good combos. I do a lot of secret watching because I don't really want to. I'm not a sports guy. Like I said before, I'm a huge spectator. So like I watch the sports. I don't get into the stats and stuff, but I love the cats you have on the panel that talk with their own knowledge and bring that to it. It brings me back to like the love I used to have of sports. Before I got all crazy political, and that's why I can listen to your show, watch the game on mute, and just enjoy it. You know what I mean?
I'll do some play-by-play if that's what you want. I can do it. If you want me to do it, I'll do it. I mean, I'll do that. Who we got Friday? Who we got tomorrow night? The Heat. Yeah, I could do some of the Heat for you guys, man. I could do the play-by-play if you want me to. Tac, man, I love you, bro. You've been with me all goddamn day. Thank you, Mace. I'm going to stay in the chat. Thank you, sir. I love you, man. Thank you so much for your loyalty. I appreciate it. Almost came to tears this morning when I told guys that my nephew said I should put a PayPal and a Cash App. And everybody said, yeah, bro. I mean, Sosa said, I'll donate you all the time, bro. I was shocked by that, man. Really was, man. I was moved by that, man. It's like I said this afternoon, I'll say it again. I don't care who's here. If you're here, you're here. And I'll just give you a good product, man. Tonight, Lou, believe it or not, it was big times night because everybody was here wanting to know about the stock market, man. He did a phenomenal job, man. He did stock market all night, bro. Believe it or not. No joke. No sports tonight. It was all stock market.
Yeah, respect to big time. I've been chatted you before, but I've listened to you on Mace's stream. So yeah, respect to you, sir. And
I
Pac-Man,
don't,
you'd be crazy in the chat, man. I like that.
And
Keep
he
it
I
was
don't,
crazy on
entertaining.
the panel too.
I don't feel like I'm really doing anything, but I know DJ was in here. He did a lot. He did his
Pac-Man.
due diligence too, man. DJ did really well, and then man, and then you came in and like you, I mean, so I think it's
That's what I
all
said. Yeah, Lou
it's a
added
team
some
effort.
fire to this.
It's a team effort. I think everybody brings something to the table, right?
Exactly. And I said it the other night. I mean, I said it yesterday to I think was it ball game I said this to? Mighty funny how a couple of another challenge guys were in here last week. When I said how I feel about the Dolphins, they just left so quickly it never came back. You know.
Yeah,
By the
like I said,
way,
I'm a Texas fan, so you know what I mean. If you're gonna
you
be talking
lose
trash
Sunday,
about
your
the Dolphins,
season's
I'll take
over.
it right at home, brother.
You lose Sunday, your season's over, bro.
Yeah, our season was over 20 years ago, so it's all good.
Oh shit. Big
My
time. Just to let you know.
my
Yeah, go ahead.
my ex girlfriend, she was a big Dallas fan,
Mm.
and well, I guess she still is, but anyways, she's Hispanic, and she liked to watch her team, and she had a couple people she know, but her football knowledge wasn't all there. So when she would start rooting for her team, she would call not the Dallas Cowboys, she would call them the Dallases. So it was kind of fun, just a stupid quick joke there, just because like, but I don't know, whatever. But I thought it was cute at the time. Now I'd sit there and say I'm not with her. I'd say whatever, but yeah, it's funny.
Let me say this. He just said thank you. He said Lou, thank you. Investing with Rose, he said thank you. That's you, big time.
Dustin with Rose, check her out.
He said thank you for your insight. He said that you was great with him tonight. You guys were phenomenal. He said thank you to me, and I just want to say this, Tac Man, you've been with me since fucking 5 o'clock this morning when I went to cool this channel, bro. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you damn guys, man. Man, what can I say, bro? I mean, I've been on for over 2 weeks, and I love doing this. And I love that how many guys have come through here, how many guys have come up on the panel, express your feelings. That's what I'm about, bro. I'm not about hogging the platform, bro. I'm about letting you guys rock. And big time. It may not have been about the football or the basketball, but brother, you did it tonight, boy, with the stock market, man. Kudos to you again, bro.
I still need to learn a lot, man. I still need to learn a whole lot more.
Hey, you
Hopefully, hopefully I
got
can.
eye test attention, bro. You know how that clown can be. I mean that in a loving way. You got his attention tonight, bro. Even he bowed to you, bro. That's saying a lot.
We're all here to do something. All here to better ourselves and to make some funds for ourselves. To
That's
have
right, bro.
some type of we have funds before we retire, or if we do retire. So
That's
it's
my
all
plan, bro. That's why I say I play it for the long haul. I'm playing it for 5 years from now, bro, where I could retire comfortably.
yeah. My dad, he's Puerto Rican, so when he's moved around a lot, and he just, as smart as the guy was, he just, the thing is that your parents always sit there and tell you, do as I say, not as I do. And he'd always like get on us kids, sit there and say, just do better than me. But when we're kids, we don't get that. We sit there and we go, well, Dad, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to, don't tell me, I'm going to make mistakes. And it's hard for parents to watch their kids make mistakes that they've made, but it's going to happen. My dad just, the problem with my father was that he kept on making the same mistakes, even when he had good jobs. So, he told me tons of stories when he grew up in Brooklyn, when he was a young boy, as a Puerto Rican boy too. So, and then going to Puerto Rico, and he had his uncles getting him laid by those by streetwalkers and stuff like that. So he said that was his first time ever having sex. It was kind of funny listening to some of his stories that he would tell me, and I'm thinking, man, I just don't see how you could have done some of those things, because it was a totally different lifestyle that he had for me. So, but yeah.
Yeah, that'll be Thursday morning, by the way, when you guys wake up 9 o'clock Eastern time, bro. No, around 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, 10:30. Do my first podcast ever. It's going to be on sexual exploits and orgies. I have a buddy up, an old school buddy up, and we're going to talk about escapades when we were very young. I'm talking about when we was in our late teens, early 20s. A buddy of mine, of ours. We grew up with his parents gave him the house. He moved to Puerto Rico, and every other weekend, he had those orgy toga parties, and we're gonna talk about that on Thursday morning. So tune in for that. It's gonna be electric in here, bro. I'm serious. You guys are silent. What's up? You guys are what, bro? You guys are silent. What's
No,
up?
I'll be working Thursday, but I'm gonna catch the replay. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you better-
I'm surprised I'm here right now. Like usually, like during the week, like I'm fairly busy with stuff. But I heard y'all talking. I'm like, let me
I
jump up here
promise-
right quick.
Because in the chat room last year, I put in the chat room, I was dead serious, that I always been the cleanup guy. And I'm not talking about clean up with the rest of the leftover women. I'm talking about I had to clean up all the mess after the sexcapades, I used to call it. And I'll be talking about that on Thursday with an old buddy of mine, man. And we're going to really ratchet up and turn it up a little bit in here and talk about those orgies, man. So tune in for that, bro. Be live about 10:30 Eastern time.
Yeah, that'll be entertaining.
In the future, I'm gonna try to get a round table of that too, of guys I grew up with that it was let's just say banging women. I'm gonna get the guy who was banging a chick on top of a tree, bro. No joke, in a tree, bro. That's how sick it was, man.
You get platinum to come up there for that show.
Well, I'm gonna blast it tomorrow. I'm gonna blast it tomorrow night so people can know that it's happening, going down. Thursday morning, man. So I'll definitely have that, man. I wake up Thursday morning, I'm off, take a shower, bro, and cool down a little bit. Then about 10:15, load up this machine and get it ready, and then I'll call them up at 10:30, and boom, pop them up, and you'll hear the podcast live and in living color, bro. In this room, it'll just be me and him talking about the orgies, bro. So get ready for that. And his sex and all of his sexual conquests should be fascinating for you guys to listen, and particularly for three people. Green Eagle, Golden Eagle's been dying for it. Jessica X, who's been dying for it, and the beautiful Candid, who's been lusting for it. They'll get their wish Thursday morning.
There you go, man. You already ready.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Final thoughts, fellas. Go ahead, Big Time. You first.
I just appreciate you, Mace. Appreciate all your people, in here, keeping, allowing me to be up here, with you all, and, just, making things. I just appreciate you having me up here as well.
By the way, Big Time, Lou, you be working Thursday afternoon. 4 o'clock Eastern, maybe 4 o'clock, 4:15. Dolphins pregame against the Jaguars. I want you to be my wingman, so be up here for that, Big Time. Go ahead, Lou. And by the way, Big Time, you was fucking awesome tonight, bro. Great job, bro. Great job, bro.
Hey, Lou, it was good meeting you, sir.
Likewise, Big Time. It was good chopping it up with you. Mace, shout out to you.
Always shout out to you, my brother.
It's great talking to y'all. And again, I always got to throw it out there. Shout out to DJ Kuda. You are hearing Comandante Lou live on the Rode NT USB microphone, and that's what it is.
I'll let Kuda, by the way, know tomorrow morning you pick that bad boy up. He's gonna be proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
Because without him, I'm not here, bro.
Hey, half of us aren't. We're just
right,
bro. Into the cell phone.
This goes to show you that loyalty matters. Who was the second person in this room at 8 o'clock this morning? DJ Kuda giving me a salute, bro. What a great guy he is. What a great guy you are. What a great guy. Big time is Tackman. I love you, bro. Thank you for being with me since 5 a.m., bro. You rock with me all day. I love you, bro. Sir Ism was in here. Thank you, bro. Let me see who else was in here. I always give shouts to the guys who peeped in, bro. Silent Sir was here earlier this afternoon, peeking ahead. The magnificent Dusty, as I call him. Lou and Brandon L was in here tonight. Iman Perry is always checking with his boy, because me and him are in basically every chat room I'm in. He's in. We're in the same circles. Ego, of course, I love you, bro. I just love you guys, man. See, it pays off sometimes when you're in the chat room and you treat everybody with love and respect, like I do to all my fellas, bro. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. We had a great night tonight with the stock market. Tomorrow, I hope to get back to some sports tomorrow. And big time, you'll be here 8:30 Eastern. Lou, I expect you here 8:30 Eastern tomorrow. There's peeking in. And like I always say no to drugs, say no to partying, clubbing, drinking, sex, and women. Say no to women. Say no to sex. Say no to
Say yes
drugs.
to all of them. Peace, Mace.
I love you, and God bless you, and God bless the Lord for blessing me to be with these great gentlemen and brothers in madness. Therefore, Commander Lou, for Big Time, for Tackman, and all the guys who came in this morning. Fasting was here the whole 3.5 hours this morning. Okay. Silent Sir was here. Dusty, of course, and a guest and a host of others. I love being black. I'm proud to be black. My parents are black. I may have differences with black women, but I love them too. I love you, everybody. Good night from the Oasis. Tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern Time, be here. Aloha. Good night. Night, Big Time. Love you, bro.